plate. Are we? Am I?
It's time for Game 4, Montreal, Washington, baby. Let's go! Bench sprawl last game. But, not this game. Not this game. They've already been warned about it. They've been said, no, you can't. They've been told you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't fight on the bench like that. All right? Now, listen, I'm going to tell you something. That was one of the greatest moments of my hockey career. My hockey career in broadcasting. Fabulous. It's the best. And Habs fans are pumped, and I hope you're pumped too, because I'm pumped. We are going to have a fun time tonight. It's Sunday night. It's a bit of an early game. Maybe we squeak out of here before overtime, huh? But a lot of overtime in this series. What's up, everybody? It's Adam Wylde hanging out, getting ready. I think the way that Tom Wilson and Josh Anderson were staring at each other in the third period, there was this point where after the bench brawl, and the game was basically over at this point, the ref was standing in between them. They were grabbing each other after a play, and they were just staring at each other, just gazing. And it was almost like an uncomfortably long time, and they didn't say anything. And then Tom Wilson said something, and then Josh Anderson said something, and it felt like they were probably going to fight today. Now, maybe cooler heads prevail. Maybe it's not as crazy as we think, but I have a feeling that we're going to have a situation, and I just hope that you're all ready for that, okay? I just hope that you're aware that we're gonna have a fight. Probably, maybe. It's just one of those nights. It just feels like it's gonna happen. And they just announced Josh Anderson's name at the Bell Center. And honestly, I think it's because, well, first off, he's in the starting lineup, so duh. But also, I think they started him just so his name could be announced in the Bell Center with 21,000 people screaming, waving their friggin' towels. You know what I mean? Oh, it's good. Now, we got our first poll of the night up. Who wins tonight? Is it the Habs or is it the Caps? 196 people, 75% of you saying Habs so far. So I think we know what kind of fans are joining us for the chat tonight. I think we know. Aaliyah T says, hey, I can't believe I missed last game and the stream. How hot will tonight be? Tonight is going to be hot. Red hot. Alex Lauer, welcome to STP VIP ad-free, where you get every Steve Dangle podcast episode. And you get it ad-free. Matherman says, congrats to Jesse. He was right all along about Connor Hellebuck. Biggest fraud in the modern era. He should see a psychologist or something. Now, Matherman, I need to tell you that Jesse backed off that take and at the start of the playoffs said immediately, Connor Hellebuck's amazing, and what the hell are you guys all talking about? And I've always been a big Connor Hellebuck supporter. He should have stuck with it. He should have stuck with the original take. It seems like with Connor Hellebuck, whatever Jesse says, the opposite happens. Maybe it's like a mental game he's playing with Connor Hellebuck, where if he thinks that if he cheers for something because he's a Leaf fan and a Jays fan and a Raptors fan, we don't win all that much, that he's like, he's reverse jinxing it. Connor Hellebuck did not have a great game today. Blues fans are feeling themselves. That series is tied, and it's kind of crazy to think because game one, I was like, oh man, the Jets are the better team here. And then game two was like, oh, the Jets are definitely the better team here. And all of a sudden, it's become this big thing. And it's not even about really the series itself. Because I look at series in the first round, and there are some national headline series like Dallas and Colorado, where Gabriel Landeskog's back, Mikko Rantanen is playing against the Colorado Avalanche, not doing so hot, by the way. And that's a big series that if you're not a fan of one of those teams, you're still going to want to pay attention to. I look at a series like what we're doing right now and go, it's interesting to Habs fans, it's interesting to Caps fans. How many people are that invested in the Caps and Habs series other than us, right? Well, I would tell you that after that bench brawl, things became more interesting. And I would say that the Blues and Jets all of a sudden have become a very interesting series to watchers beyond St. Louis and Winnipeg, who are not fans of those teams because of Connor Hellebuck, who probably should win the Vezina Trophy this year and has had 2 straight years of 5 games and out with the Winnipeg Jets. They will get to 6 games at least in this series, but if they don't win, those talks are going to get louder. The chirps are going to get louder. And it's going to be, hey, listen, as a Leaf fan, there's very little chirping that we can do. Jets fans, how are they going to respond to that chirp? What are they going to say? I don't know. City and Magic 15. Hey, Adam, any chance the Jets go to Comrie in Game 5? I think you got to, what do we say on the podcast today? Ride the horses that got you there. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? It's got to be Connor Hellebuck. If you pull him now, I don't know. I don't think you can do that. Sunken Train, VIP member for 4 months. What's up, Sunken Train? How are you doing today, Adam? I am good. We recorded a brand new Steve Dangle podcast down at Sport Check today. Sport Check at Maple Leaf Square. Had a great time doing it. Jesse and I did our little live pre-show before Steve's watch along last night. Had a great time doing that. Really, actually loving doing the pre-show. I've never done a pre-show for anything. I guess that's not true. I did a red carpet for the Grammys once, but like, it's a little different. And I have to tell you, I'm loving it. It's fun. It's fun to be a lead-in for Steve Dangle. Vito 34. Adam, what is your prediction for Tuesday? And are you nervous? LOL. Well, I'm a Leaf fan, so I'm always nervous. But I think you should look at this, if you're a Leaf fan, as something that's good. You kind of got the loss out of the way. The world didn't end. and you move on. It's hard to win 4 games in a row in the preseason. It's really hard to do in the regular season. It's almost impossible in the playoffs. Give Ottawa credit. They've looked good. They're a good team. They're in the playoffs. Not weird of them to get a win. And also, there were a couple of posts in that overtime period, and John Tavares, if he's up and not face down on the ice, that game is over. That game's over. But it just didn't bounce their way. So game 5 it is, and we will be live at Sport Check at Maple Leaf Square, doing it again, hanging out with all the Leaf fans. It's gonna be fun. Um, T.A. Neiman, pre-show is awesome. Sort of wish you guys could do that before every Leaf game, even during the regular season. Listen, if we could find a sponsor that would want us to do that, we could do that. We could totally do that. It would be a lot of work, but we could do it. We could do it. We just need, we would need advertisers to jump on board. We need you guys to watch. Can't sell anything if people aren't watching. So if you guys were in and watching it, I think it'd be great. Lord Tunderin says, I hope Monty comes back healthy ASAP. This is a big story for tonight. Montreal Canadiens are starting young Jakob Dubas with Caden Primo backing him up. Crazily enough, Logan Thompson, who skated off the ice and did not even look like he could support himself, started the game tonight, which is crazy. And the game is officially underway. Logan Thompson and Charlie Lindgren, the goalies for the Washington Capitals. And by the way, Logan's healthy. Our good friend Montembeault, who has been the standout for the Habs this series, is not. We'll see what happens here. All right, here we go. They're going to show they're showing the shenanigans on the broadcast. I didn't realize how quick Dobish got into that. Oh, they've already started the face-off, so I can't give you a clap, but I will on the next face-off. I'm joined tonight by our superstar team of producer Hayden, big Wild fan, not a fan of what happened yesterday with Ivan Barbashev ending the game in overtime. So Hayden's a little upset, a little frustrated. Hayden says it's the ref's fault. I don't know how many people in the chat saw the game. I tend to agree with Hayden. I do think it was the ref's fault on that one. Also, what else I had? I had something, but I forgot. I had something for you. 19:09 left in the first period. Caps are offside right now. I'm curious about this because this series was pretty sleepy until that second intermission brawl. Do we see real fireworks tonight? Is this going to be two teams just battling, going at each other in like monster ways? Oh, big hit by Gooley. Whoever that was just lost their stick. By the way, the Caps have gone with the exact same lineup as they have this entire series. We were talking a little bit today on the podcast about how Brandon Duhaime had a bad game last game. Does somebody else get in for him? He's in. Hopefully he has a better game this game. Oh, here we go. Oh, nice little setup there by Nick Dowd. Ovechkin fan on it, I think, a little bit, and it was deflected wide. John Carlson behind the net, 8:15 left in the first period. Chikrin up the ice, back out, back in. Chikrin shoots it in, but Ovechkin was offside. Caps take it to the Canadiens, who were changing. Dylan Strome with the strip. The strip. Demidov line is out there for the Montreal Canadiens. This one's interesting because I feel like they demoted the wrong guy a couple of games ago. Demidov obviously was playing with Alex Newhook and Patrick Laine, and that didn't look good. Laine, it appears, is injured. He's out for his second straight game. So Demidov came off the fourth line last game. He is still with Jake Evans and Alex Newhook on the wing, and I like that a lot better than Alex Newhook at center. I think he's Kerfoot, man. Alex Newhook, Alex Kerfoot. Is there a difference? I think he's better on the wing. Jake Evans, Oliver Kapanen, Christian Dvorak, and Nick Suzuki are the centermen for the Canadiens tonight. Zavard shot. Oh, it gets through, and it looks like the Capitals are going to short. They're going to the box. It's I think Alexiev hit Heineman without the puck. We're going to have to get another look at this. So it's an interference call. Oh, okay. So Ovechkin didn't even get that. And then we're gonna look again. Savard with the shot. Alexiev. Oh, it hit Logan Thompson right in the nuts. Oh, right in the nuts. And Alexiev in that he was trying to move Heineman out of the way, pushed him over, and that it's an interference call. Spencer Carberry hates that. Look at it. That's hate. That's hate for that call. I do think that was like a playoff battle. I'm surprised they called it, but I guess we're finding out what their standards are tonight. Josh Halliburton, how are you today, Habs fan Adam? I'm having a good time. Just said we just did the podcast earlier today. I'm excited to be here on for the show tonight. Simon G, weak call IMO. Even though I'm a Habs fan, take your weak calls. Don't complain about them, guys. It's the playoffs. Take your weak calls. 17:04 left in the first period. 17:02, 17:01, 17. So everybody can stream and synchronize. I forgot to give you the clap there. I will do that. Slavkovsky, Caulfield, Suzuki looked so good last game. Friday night was their night. They're great on the power play. They're great on 5-on-5. That's a line of the future, my friends. That's going to be, Bergeron, Pasternak, Marchand level one day. It is. Hudson breaks in. 1:14 left on this Habs power play. It's cleared. Josh Halliburton, will you be streaming any more games after this series? Yes, I'll be doing the second and the third rounds. Don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing yet. I'm not sure if I'm even going to be doing the Eastern Conference. But we just have to kind of wait and see how the playoffs break out. Suzuki to Matheson at the point, back to Suzuki along the half board. Heineman and Gallagher fighting in for it around the corner. New hooks out there. This is power play 2 for the Montreal Canadiens, and as in their second unit. Pronik says, "Hey Adam, can I get a go sends go? Not even if you paid for a super chat, but I do appreciate the ask." I can't. I just simply can't. I simply can't. Hayden says, apart from the Leafs Send series, are any other Canadian teams going to move on? Listen, I think that the Edmonton Oilers, this is what Hayden just asked me. I think the Edmonton Oilers might just win that series. I was like, they could get swept here, dude. But they showed some fight. And if they can keep the goals under 3 against per game, we know they could score. That Jim Hiller challenge could prove to be a big one. If LA doesn't win the next game tomorrow night, baby. Oh, Matheson almost found Dvorak there. Great pass. We're back to 5-on-5, by the way. Shot from the point, turned away. Shots are 1-all 5 minutes into this game. It kind of goes to show how the actual play in this series has been kind of sleepy. And listen, if you're a Habs fan or if you're a Caps fan, ignore me because it's playoffs and of course you're excited. Rate of play has been interesting, but the defense of both teams have been really good. And their goaltendings have been really good. Saskatoon Saul says Adam has been saying he will be streaming Edmonton and Wild games no matter what. Oh, here's the problem with that. Producer Hayden is a big Wild fan. Am I really going to make him work his series? Oh. Hayden says if they move on, he doesn't care if he works it. That could be fun with you, Hayden. That could be a lot of fun. We'll see what happens. Cottontail Crafts by Heather. Hi, Adam. Hello, Cottontail Crafts by Heather. What's up, Hayden? He says Hayden says, I hope, chat, that you're ready to hear my voice. Because if we do the Edmonton Wild series, if that actually becomes a thing, Hayden will be all over it. Pierre-Luc Dubois says it wasn't the Oilers that won that game. It was the brutal coaching. Still got to score. And the Oilers had 2 goals in 10 seconds. There was a lot of time in between, but in actual 10 seconds of game time, Evander Kane 10 seconds later, Evan Bouchard, who we've been hard on. And Oilers fans have been upset with us with how hard we've been on him. He does otherworldly things at the other end of the ice. 13:50 left in the first period. 3 shots Montreal, 1 shot Washington, and we're going to have a face-off here so I can give you some clappage. It's kind of nice this time of year, I just want to say. I love doing these streams because, I do them all season. And what's so cool about this is that we have the sun is out. Usually when I roll in here in October, November, December, whatever, it is dark, it is cold, the day is over, and we sit down and we're cozy and hang out together. What I love about this is I'm rolling into work, and the sun is still out. It's warm. I don't have to wear a jacket. It's nice. It's really nice. I like the playoffs. I sure hope my team allows me to enjoy the weather and their games at the same time. Be really nice. Just throwing it out there. Jessica Gentile. Hey, Adam, how is Steve doing after last night? I will let you listen to the first 15 minutes of the podcast and make that decision for yourself because I asked him that very question. The show's going to be out in the next hour. Watch the first 15 minutes. His reaction. If I give you too much, it's going to give it away because you know Steve really well. So if I tell you too much now, you're going to be like, well, I know what he's going to say. All I'm going to say is I asked him that exact question. So, Jessica, good question. Emmett says the podcast is today. Is that in place of tomorrow? Yes, it is. Because during the playoffs, we do a podcast after every Leafs game. So the day after the Leafs game, once the dust is settled, we do the show. And so our next show won't be until Wednesday. Because that's how the NHL's decided to do the schedule. So we're doing Sunday, Wednesday, Friday this week. But I'm hoping our Friday show is just a normal Friday show because the Leafs and Sens play Thursday. If there is a game 6, and that's a big if, and I'm hoping that if remains an if, or it just never happens. Wrap it up is what I'm saying, boys. Wrap it up, Game 5. Let's go. Wrap it up, Game 5. Madman 22 says that's a brutal schedule. What's a brutal schedule? Our schedule? I'm excited. I love the playoffs. It is a lot of work, though. I will tell you that. Meme Empress says, I want 7. 7's more fun. No, you don't, Meme Empress. No, you don't. Kevin L., who's a Sens fan, Sens in 7. You know what, Kevin? Why don't you go pound dirt, all right? Kick rocks, pal. Kick rocks. Habs are here. So, Adam, if the Leafs lose their series, will you do a podcast after every Habs playoff game? Okay, chill. All right? Chill. Nate D says, who cares about the Caps? In all caps, as if to emphasize that no one should care about the Caps. And yet, 25% of our chat tonight cares about the Caps. If you're a Caps fan, you need to tell him that you care about the Caps. Tell Nate D that he doesn't Nate see you the way that he should. All right? Oh, we got Daniel saying, let's go Caps, right in the chat, right there. RDP, Adam, did you hear the Ducks might hire Coach Q? Yes, I did. Seems like it's a good fit for him because there are not a lot of media outlets directly covering the Anaheim Ducks. I don't even think The Athletic has a Ducks reporter. So it's a low media market. The Greg Cronin experiment is thankfully over. I think that everybody that played for Greg Cronin would prefer to have not played for Greg Cronin. That's what we've been hearing all year. And I think they need somebody who's a smart coach. Would Coach Q be my call? Don't know. But, here we go. Breakaway. Oh, it's Strome. Just put it wide. 12:40 left in the first. But yeah, I do think Coach Q is going to the Ducks because John Shannon and John Bruchigros have said he's going. So it's seeming like that's the case. Josh Dortch, please explain why the Department of Player Safety love Florida so much. Oh, I don't know. Could it be because Colin Campbell's son, Gregory Campbell, is the assistant general manager? Could it be because the head of the Department of Player Safety played for the Florida Panthers? Couldn't have been either of those things. George Peros, it was short, but he was a Panther. I've been pumping those tires for years, and people are like, people from Florida get so mad when you bring that up. Sometimes I just bring it up to bother them. But yeah, no. Do I think that they're objectively looking at the Kachuk hit, dude? What about? Did you guys see the Artem Zub hit on John Tavares? It was crazy. That was a crazy hit. That elbow to the head. It was an elbow to the head. No supplementary discipline or supplemental discipline. No penalty on the play. Concussion spotters pulled Tavares from the game, so he couldn't be out on the power play. It was just all bad. Lithanos, you mean Hall of Famer Colin Campbell? Put some respect on that name. I think I puked a bit typing that. I'm wondering. Robert Bett pulled for 2 straight games. Connor Hellebuck is Jesse happy that the Hellafraud talk is coming true? I think where Jesse made a huge mistake was Jesse said that he was excellent and great to start the playoffs. He should have stuck to his guns. Man. Cottontail crossed by Heather. The Leafs had a 4-minute power play in overtime. They should have won. Yeah, power play doesn't look so good without Tavares on it, does it? I wouldn't have put Riley out there, by the way. I would have put McMahon. Steve thinks I'm crazy. McMahon had 20 goals. He's big body. Put him out there. There have been 4 total shots in this game, by the way, in case you're wondering on the excitometer. That's what they need to do, by the way. Why aren't we using advanced stats for something cool like this game would have been friggin' awesome and here are the numbers to show you? Hey, you missed this game. The excitometer. The excitometer's off the chart. Go watch it on replay. Right? And it's just high danger scoring chances plus hits plus penalty minutes. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like power plays. Like you could just take all the exciting elements of the game and then create the excitometer. I feel like we should do that. I feel like that's a great idea. And somebody needs to do that. Nuance is lost. Who's the more underrated center between Suzuki or Robert Thomas? Man. Suzuki's taken a lot of crap. I mean, Robert Thomas just doesn't have the same spotlight, right? Suzuki's taken a lot of crap, not from Habs fans, from other fan groups going, well, yeah, but he's like on a Stanley Cup winning team, he'd be the 2C. If you can believe it, that's what people say. I mean, this year kind of showed that, he's got a lot more. Look at what he's doing against the Caps. Oh, look at this. Oh, we got a giveaway. And the shot goes nowhere. Both teams playing box out defense. McMichael gets crushed there after that shot. Dvorak's going after it. Oh, Logan Thompson covers the puck up. Robert Thomas. I love Robert Thomas. I told my brother-in-law in his playoff survivor pool. So you can pick anybody, but what you want to do is pick them in groupings. So if you pick Austin Matthews, you probably want to pick Nylander, Tavares, and all these other people too, if they're available, because you're betting on certain teams to go further. And so he ended up with a Blues pick because somebody had grabbed all the Winnipeg Jets or whatever. And I told him, like, go get Kyrou and go get Robert Thomas. And he is doing okay. He's doing pretty good in that pool. We had some other picks too. I think he got Matthews and stuff. Oh, big shot. And it goes off a Caps player, and he goes down like he died. Although I have to be honest with you, I don't think that slap shot felt very good. Josh Storch, $2. Thank you. Thank you, Josh. Thanks for the super chat. Thank you. Josh, for being here and watching this. A lot more people watching this than there were at this time on Friday. And I think it's because everybody's waiting for that Tom Wilson, Josh Anderson shift where they go, okay, enough of you. But it's been kind of a defensive, like I always. Oh, speaking of the devil, there's John Carlson making his way in. I have to tell you, I always end up with the boring first round series. Vancouver, Nashville last year was boring, but that's where we met Sedin Magic 15, who has been with us every game since. Um, Gripper Nation, one of the Gripper Nation originals, and I think I'm, I was hoping this series would be like high end and fast and whatever, and it has been at times. The crowds certainly are into it, both Caps and Canadians. But man, look at this. We have 5 total shots, and we're already 60% of the way through the first period. Oh, oh, there we go. Gooley with the bit. Okay, Gooley's going to the box. I don't know if that's a makeup call or what. Duhaime drew it, and I think that's got to feel good for him because he did not have the best second period last game. What did he get it for? Oh yeah, no. Caden Gooley should go to the box for that. That's a slap punch to the face. Hi, Hayden says that's a Max Domi. Ugh, man, I've been rooting for Max Domi all year, and I just wish he hadn't punched Shane Pinto in the face. You can punch Shane Pinto in the face. You can punch anyone in the face in the playoffs. Just do it around the net after a whistle. Don't do it in front of the ref at a face-off. It's weird. My wife just text messaged me and she said, I am ordering myself a vanilla milkshake. And I'm extraordinarily jealous of that. I just thought I'd let you guys know that. I just looked over at my text and I saw that I had a message and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's Hayden. Nope, it's Natalie. I'm ordering myself a vanilla milkshake. Well, you know what? You enjoy. Robert Bett, do you think Berube will take Patches out for Robertson? I think he should put Conf in. And do you think if not, Conf sees some time? So to answer the first part of that question, I do think Robertson is going to be in for Pacioretty. The great thing about having Pacioretty, Conf, and Robertson is that if you need defensive play, you've got Conf, and if you need big body, you've got Pacioretty, and if you need some depth goal scoring, you've got Nick Robertson or depth goal scoring options, right? So I like imagine Nick Robertson was playing yesterday's game, and they go into they go into that 4-minute power play. Nick Robertson would have been really valuable on that 4-minute power play, even if he's playing second unit. And if he played first unit, you can have Mitch Marner run the power play as usual, set Matthews up for a shot near the hash marks on one side and Robertson on the other. Have Willie zipping around and put Nyes, plant him directly in front of the net. Like, I do think it gives you a little bit more options if you're looking for goal scoring. And I think that it was a high scoring game yesterday. I think they probably want Nick Robertson's energy back in the lineup too. Patches, he's missed like 50 games or 40 games or whatever. So it's going to take him a bit of time to get his timing back, but he threw a lot of hits, man. A lot of hits the last couple of games. Angie Gray says, wow, Sportsnet is interviewing coaches during the game. Well, I bet Sportsnet complained to the NHL and been like, how come ESPN and TNT can do this, but we can't? That's stupid. Sell the game. Sell the game. In Formula One, they talk to literal team principals during the race while the cars are driving. Hellebuck's regular season plus playoff save percentage is now 9.198. So 920 essentially. Oh, off the post. Oh, that Caps almost had one there. Habs fans are pumped. It didn't go in, so they're cheering. Here comes Strome. Habs collapse back in. Wilson flips the puck by, and unfortunately, it gets cleared. And Dubas has to play that play quickly because Josh Anderson is skating around like a maniac out there. Big hit by Josh Anderson. It causes a turnover. This is going to be a breakaway, and it's Josh Anderson. Oh, and he loses the Yo, Josh Anderson created his own breakaway there, and he might have created a 3-on-2, 4-on-2. No, Habs are back. Caps dump it in, and the Canadians dump it back down the ice. This is a great penalty kill. I got to give Josh Anderson some credit there, man. That was great. 6:55 left in the first period. Josh Anderson just out there running around. Tom Wilson's not going to like that. The Sheriffs are going to sheriff off. And there's Heineman. 6:40 left in the first. Dubois. Sandin. Oh, the Habs have the Caps number. They love the Caps love a cross crease pass on the power play. You see where Mangiapane was standing there? And all the defensemen are doing is they're lying down and going, I dare you to saucer it over me. Great penalty kill. Great penalty kill by the Habs. RDP, Caps are not playing right. I agree. I don't think they're having a great night. Robar has a suggestion for the excitometer. Okay, you ready? Shots plus hits plus fights plus breakaways. So you'd be able to rate a game based on exciting events. Basically, it's high event hockey. We honestly should create this. And it would be shots plus hits plus fights plus breakaways divided by number of minutes played. Maybe include some dekes or amazing saves. Well, then it gets subjective. We need to base it on something that's like very tangible. The excitometer. Hayden, are you going to do an excitometer? So Hayden is going to do an excitometer for game 3. He's going to calculate for us, and then he's going to calculate game 4's excitometer. So when we get back here for game 5, I don't even know when game 5 is. When is game 5? Habs Caps. Game 5, Wednesday. Wednesday night. When we get back here Wednesday night, we're going to know game 3 and game 4, the excitometer. I think we've stumbled on something genius. Oh! You know what, Hayden, too? You know what we need to do? We need to create like a graph or like, just like the deserve to win a meter or like you know what I'm saying? Some way to convey the excitement. .532 left in the first. Shots are 4-4 because I'll be honest with you. It's been a bit of a sluggish period. Been a bit of a sluggish 5-on-5 game. But, and this is important, it's been real exciting when they fight each other. Just a heads up, we got a giveaway happening in the second intermission. I don't even know what we're giving away. I believe it is a Sidney Crosby McFarland doll. McFarland figurine, that is. And we got Kyle Dubas trivia. Why do we have Kyle Dubas trivia? Because Justin Fisher selected it because of my criticism of how Kyle Dubas has run the Pittsburgh Penguins for a couple of years. That's why we're doing it. Bintang Warrior. Heart says Habs. Mind says Caps. Right now, my heart and mind are going, please, somebody make a choice and shoot something. I just want the excitometer to go through the roof. Robert Bett, I said this on Steve's stream, so I will say it again here. Win or lose, we all win because Leaf fans have STPN. Well, Robert, thank you. That is very kind of you to say, and I really appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. Mouseless says, any gifted subs yet? Not that I know of. Yanaki Toronto says 4 out of 10 so far in terms of excitement in this game. I mean, 4 is gracious. This is a low event game. Both teams playing it. Oh, forget it. Caulfield breakaway. He's going to pass it. Oh, the pass is broken up. That brings that. Oh, Slavkovsky. Oh, what a save by Logan Thompson. What a save by Logan freaking Thompson, who we did not even think was going to play tonight. Wow. 4:24 left in the first. 5 shots have, 4 shots Caps. Slavkovsky breaks in, cuts back. Cooley with a shot. Suzuki gets it in the corner. It's turned over to Eller. Alexiev tries to break the puck out. He flips it past the blue line. Ovechkin, I think that was that Ovechkin? No, it was Ryan Leonard with some great stick work. He's able to corral it. I think Ryan Leonard put that puck off of Bavillier, but the ref says he didn't, and that means it's an icing. Oh man, so Caulfield just can't get enough speed. Chikrin is such a great skater. Angled Caulfield off perfectly on that potential breakaway. Caught him really quick. Seth Frazier says last game had so much excitement. I think this game can be slower. Seth, every game needs to be a heart attack. It's the playoffs. 3:52 left in the first period. We just got a face off there. Xhekaj out there. Is Tom Wilson out there? No, he's not. Arbor Xhekaj, after the whistle, has been pretty loud, noticeable. On the ice, though, no major mistakes. Oh, a big hit there. And that is going to be an interference call on Arbor Xhekaj. And that is absolutely interference. Uh, it's one of those interference calls like the he just in the playoffs, people do this all the time. But it was just a little bit more obvious. Maybe Alexiev falls a little much there. I don't think Alexiev gets knocked out like that normal. But Ty Smith says Adam jinxed it. Yo, you're right. I was like, hey, man, Jack Eye's been pretty quiet except for after the whistle. Not anymore. I just took a penalty. He's got a tight whistle, though. Let's be honest. It's Arbor Jack Eye. Francois Messier, not the mistakes you need from him. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Puck Pittsburgh says it's an easy call. It is. And I think Alexiev fell a little bit, sold it a little bit. Can you blame him? When people say that, I'm like, and? Like, that is a penalty. But if Alexiev stays on his feet, the ref isn't calling it. Where I have an issue is the diving. Falling is one thing, and we all know the difference. You guys saw the call that Tim Stützle drew on Steven Lorentz of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Steven Lorentz was literally going for the puck, and Stützle just dove the other way, and they called it tripping, I think. Whatever it was, interference, whatever they called it. It wasn't. But Stützle's good at that. I get annoyed by that because, I'm a hater. But at the end of the day, Alexiev, Xhekaj, I think that's just smart hockey. Worm castings. Remember, the Habs are 0-2 without Wi-Fi. It's true. They're 1-0 with him. You could say he turned their series around. Oh, what's up? It's Cassie in the chat. Allie Quinn is in the chat. Some familiar faces. Jacqueline K. We know. We know you guys. Ty Smith. A dive is what Matthews did to Gaudette in game 1. Wow. I forgot that even happened. They're showing Wilson making fun of Slavkovsky. Crystal Miracle says, I have a friend who's a Sens fan, and he says Leafs and Habs fans are the worst. Can we get a holla for the Habs? Holla! My voice is going a little bit, so I got to be careful with it tonight. Warrior Womp, Stützle will forever be labeled as a diver. Sucks for him, but you reap what you sow. To be honest, I don't think Tim Stützle cares. He's making $8 million a year, scoring a bunch of points. He's a king in Ottawa. I don't think Tim Stützle cares. Madman22 says, hey, positive. At least we only have one more day of bloody election adverts. I know. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Just somebody win the election. We had the bloody American elections that are like 2 years long. And then we had a federal election. But then in the middle of the federal election, we had a provincial election. Enough. We've had enough. We just want to elect some people. Get to work, all of you. Okay. Stop talking about what you're going to do and friggin' do something because the rest of us are working really hard here. All right? Caps power play still looking bad. Already a minute gone in it, and first one, it got a post. They were close, but it didn't look great. Caps look a little off tonight. 2:06 left in the first. 30 seconds left in the power play. Strome down to Ovechkin. Definitely not in the spot that he's going to shoot. And the Canadiens get it and turn it around again. Great. A great couple of penalty kills for the Canadiens. .140. Oh! 5 minutes left. Well, hey, well, listen, 5 seconds left, that is. At least the Caps got a shot on that power play. Whoa. Lori Tunderin says SDPN should bring an Olympic diver on to rate the calls. That's actually a great segment idea. If I ever meet an Olympic diver, I am going to. I think that's a great segment idea. I'm gonna write that down. Bring in Olympic. I'm actually writing this down. Lori, you're gonna get full credit for it. That's a great idea. Maybe there's an Olympic diver that we can reach out to. Anybody know an Olympic diver? Olympic diver rates NHL dives. That's such a great idea. I'm stealing that. I hope you don't mind. Robert Bet, don't care what anybody says. Just glad no Bruins to worry about. Oh, man. So nice not to worry about the Bruins. Bye-bye, Bruins. Chris says, are you dropping a pod tonight? Hell yeah, we are, Chris. In fact, if you were a member of STP VIP ad-free, you'd already have access to it. It's coming out here soon. But if you have VIP ad-free, you can watch it now. BK, Ottawa's going to win this series. The leafiest thing for the Leafs to do is blow a 3-0 lead. Well, BK, you are right. At least that would be, except that it's not going to happen. Graham Renfro. Speaking of Eric Hall, a fun fact, his season has been ended by the Canes at least, or the last 3 times he's made the playoffs, and this would be the 4th time if the Canes finish the job against the Devils. That's an interesting stat. Scott Gorski says you could use a gymnastic judge as well instead of a diver, just a thought. That's hilarious. That'd be good. That'd be good. 46 seconds left in this period, and I'll be honest, bit of a snore fest, hoping for some fireworks, not feeling it. Even the Habs fans are sitting down, and that's rare. You look at Bell Center, everybody's like, yeah, I'm just going to go get a hot dog and go pee. 30 seconds left. Mercifully, this period is over. I want to see these guys score some goals. I want to see guys throw some hits, get some fights. We got 40 minutes of, oh, there you go. Oh, who was that? Oh, my God. I think it was Nick Dowd on Caden Gooley, and I think Caden Gooley told him what for. Gave him what for, you know? Lithano says 5 total shots on goal is pathetic. Both of these teams are playing box out defense. Everybody's going low scoring opportunities. Ooh, Ovechkin. Whoa. All right, 3 seconds to go here. Richard Triofino, forget scoring goals. How about people take some shots? That's a good point. Cassie says, yes, a great period of. It's true. That's what it was. If you fell asleep and had a nap throughout this first period and you're just waking up to my voice, you've missed nothing. Nothing. And that's the end of the period. Time to relax, everybody. You know, I don't blame Montreal for playing the way they're playing. Obviously, with Dubas coming in, he had a good season, but he's a kid. Good season, but he's a kid. Harry Lord says, hey, Adam, if you were to change any of your picks this series, for this playoff bracket, what would you change at this point? Well, let me open up my Spark bracket. Do you guys, did you guys all sign up for this? Well, Hayden, don't you worry. Hayden's like, I know which one you should change. And Hayden's right. If I were to do it again, I would take a much harder look at the Golden Knights and the Wild because I said Knights in 6. Now, Hayden is biased. He's a big Wild fan, but he might have had a point. The other one I would take a serious look at are the Jets and Blues. Now, I gave it to the Jets because I was worried about Hellefraud showing up. But I said game 7. I said it's going to be a game 7 series. So I guess we'll find out, huh? Those are the ones I'm the most worried about. I mean, Lightning and Panthers, I took Lightning in 7, and the way they played yesterday, I think they're going to probably play again tomorrow that way, or Tuesday, whenever the heck they play again. I'm pretty confident in my Capitals Canadiens prediction, although I did say Caps in 5. They'd kind of have to win tonight for that to happen. Hurricanes, I said in 6 over the Devils. I feel okay about that one. I said Leafs in 5 over the Senators. I said Kings in 6 over the Oilers, and I was feeling pretty okay about that until last night when Jim Hiller made that call. I also said Avalanche in 5 over the Stars. Man, maybe I was way too confident about the Avs. I just thought the Stars defense wasn't going to be able to match the Avs, and when I made that pick, Dallas had just lost Jason Robertson. I was like, well, that's rough. But if you told me at the start of the playoffs that, if you'd been like, hey, Mikko Rantanen's going to have 1 assist through the first 4 games, I'd be like, wow, then I definitely made the right call. Avalanche in 5. And then if you said Dallas is going to win 2 games by like 5-1 and what, I'd be like, you're out of your friggin' mind. So they're winning games and Mikko Rantanen's not scoring and Jason Robertson's out. My cup picks, by the way, are the Avalanche and Leafs, with the Leafs winning ultimately. God, can you imagine a world? Can you imagine a world? I'm interested to see what people think about whether the Canadiens or the Caps get through this series. The weirdest series on the board for me is Carolina, New Jersey. Carolina might add that Alexander Nikishin guy, and he was crazy good in the KHL. Might take him a bit to adjust in the NHL game, but I think that guy's going to be a stud. And I'm just curious about how the Hurricanes would match up against the Canadiens or the Caps, because I've been really impressed in the last game and a half with the Canadiens. The Caps are obviously extremely impressive. I think that you win this series. I'd be curious how much of a fight Carolina could put up against these teams. Is that a crazy take? Am I disrespecting the Canes? It's interesting, huh? Hayden is going to run a clip from today's pod. What are we talking about in today's pod, Hayden? Oh, hey, here it is. Should the Leafs be worried about blowing the series? Which we're going to talk about for the next 48 hours because everybody's going to be talking about it. Play the clip, Hayden.
Carries a 3-1 series lead onto home ice. Listen, their record sucks. It fucking stinks. It's very bad.
In closeout games.
But
their home record this year during the regular season was good.
It was very good.
It's also 2-0 in the playoffs.
So this is beautiful. You're going to get a concrete answer here. You might hate the next few days, in which case it might not be for you. But you might be rewarded with a Leafs win, in which case you were a silly goose. If they do lose Game 5, and they do you the courtesy of losing Game 6 and 7 as well, pull the chute. There you go. You know how the camera guy pulls his chute last?
Yeah.
You know, and they're right next to each other when they're skydiving. And there he is way up there. That's you. Pull the chute and glide to safety. Never watch another hockey game again, because this is not for you.
See, you're a little dramatic with it, as is your brand, which is appropriate, but you're not wrong. Because every time you start a series, we make predictions, and everybody has in their mind what's going to happen. And a lot of people pick like Leafs in 5, Leafs in 6. And every time a loss happens, people are shocked. I picked this series Leafs in 5.
I said
and
6.
That means they got to lose a game, and you think they're going to lose 2 games. But then when the losses come around, people forget that you have to lose a couple games to win it in 6 or to win it in 5 or to win it in 7. But they see it seems like people are blown away that they didn't win all 4 games to then win the series in 6 games.
There's been one ass kicking this series. You were on the right side of it. There have been 3 overtimes this series. You were on the right side of 2 of them. You're going. You have not lost a playoff game at home this year.
There's a lot. I have a lot of thoughts on the actual game itself.
Sure.
But Steve, I wanted to bring up the losses because you were talking about them yesterday. You're trying to remember
all the closeout losses,
all the 1-for-12 record.
Okay,
And
I can probably do all of them.
Don't need to. Jonas Siegel in The Athletic put the chart on his article.
Thank you, Joe.
We have it here, Maddie. If you want to bring it up. That is the 1-for-12 the Leafs are from 2019 through to 2025 in closeout games. If you need it here, it's there too.
Yep. They don't have the scores.
They don't have the scores. I assume you remember every single one of these games vividly.
Do you have the scores?
No.
Okay, game 6 in 2019, I think was a 6-4 loss at home. The Bruins scored a lot. Jake DeBrusk had a great game. 2019 Game 7, they lost 5-1. Tavares had the only goal. 2020 against Columbus, I think they got shut out 3-0. 2021
wasn't that game 4-1? It was terrible.
They didn't show up at all.
It was terrible.
Their season was won coming back with 2 minutes down from a 3-goal lead or whatever it was, and then winning that game. And they're like, okay, we did it.
Yep.
And then they didn't show up for Game 5.
Terrible.
2021, they nearly lost. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Game 5. Oh, if you want to walk through this vividly, Leafs were down 3-0. Leafs tied it. Gouch blows it in overtime. Habs score on a 2-0. Game 6, Leafs down 2-0. They tie it. They run the Habs show. They outshoot them 12-2 in overtime. The second shot was Jesperi Kotkaniemi's game winner. Game 7 was a formality. They almost lost 3-0 again. Willie got a late one to make it 3-1. 2022, they lose in overtime to Tampa. I think it was Anthony Cirelli that was in Tampa. They lose 2-1 at home in Game 7 against Tampa. 2023...
Jesse and I were at that game.
Game 5.
That was the Justin Hall.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
right.
when they disallowed that goal because Justin Hall set a pick or
play.
something. Outrageously bad call.
Stupid.
That ref should have his head dunked in a toilet.
2023 Game 6.
Oh my
2023.
They did it.
No.
Well, 2023 Game 5, though, Jesse.
Game 5, they lost. I don't remember how they lost, I will admit. 2026, obviously, John Tavares caught lightning in a bottle. Last year, they lose 2-1 in overtime to the Bruins, and then this one, they lose 4-3 in overtime to the Sens.
Wait. Caught lightning in a bottle?
Caught lightning in a bottle. That's the Chris Cuthbert call.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, that's good. I like that.
John Tavares, or the Maple
I was
Leafs
screaming too much. I didn't hear that call.
is finally caught
I
lightning
was
in a bottle.
screaming in my living room.
That's a really good call.
It's so good.
That's really good. That's up there.
That Chris Cuthbert. I wish he was a nicer guy.
Is he a nice guy?
We met him. We ran into him in San Jose.
Oh yeah,
We met a
he's
lot of
great.
people
I
in
think that was
San
the
Jose.
first time I ever met him. In
Yeah,
person.
no, just really, really genuinely good guy. I think all of those situations
are just like this one.
are exactly not like this one. Right?
Come on, people.
You had a young team. Like, go just please in those games, go look at who dressed on defense for the Leafs.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
also,
do that. You understand why they never won.
everyone comparing it to 3-1, the 3-1 series against Montreal. Montreal came out in the first period of Game 5, and I think everyone went, "Oh shit!" Like it was a different Leafs team that showed up, and it was a different Habs team showed up.
Yep.
And even when it was 2-0 Sens, I didn't feel that way. It's a power play goal. Domi was dumb. Shorthanded goal. Give him credit. Tavares brings them within 1.
Yep.
And when he did that, I was like, they're tying it.
Yep.
You know what they did? They tied it.
They tied it.
Sens retook the lead. You know what the Leafs did again? They tied it. The Sens have shown no evidence in this series that they can hold on to a lead. None. And we're all apoplectic. And I'm not sure this is for you. I'm not sure.
Let me run you through, guys.
Yeah,
The
you want to talk about the game?
I do want to talk about the game, but I just want to talk about the predictions to support your points.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm looking at the SDPN bracket challenge. Okay, on Spark.
CJ has Leafs in 5. You have to lose a game.
He's the smart guy.
Drew has the Leafs in 6. Have to lose 2 games. Steve Dangle, Leafs in 6. Have to lose 2 games. Jesse Blake, Leafs in 5. Have to lose a game. Justin Fisher, Leafs in 6. Have to lose 2. I had Leafs in 5. Have to lose a game. Maddie, Leafs in 5. Hayden, Leafs in 5. Julian, Sens in 7.
Oh, baby.
He's right on schedule.
Yeah. So my point, again, the whole picture here is that this is the way it goes, and you do lose games. And, I do ask Colorado. They've lost 2 games in their series. Do they think that they're out of it?
They were down 2-1.
Yeah, it's
They
crazy.
can win it in 6.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's completely fine.
New Jersey was down 2-0. Guess what they did? Won it in overtime.
There was, after the Lightning beat the Panthers yesterday, there was only 1 series that was eligible for a sweep. And now there's none.
Yep.
There's not going to be a single sweep this first round.
That's great. It's good for the game.
It is good for the game.
Sweeps are very difficult in the NHL. Like,
They're so hard. And what was it last year? It was the President's Trophy winner against a team that barely even made it.
yeah, Adam asked me that on the pregame, going into their pregame live stream yesterday, and I'm like, it's hard to win 4 games. I'm not surprised if the Sens come out and they get one.
But anyway,
I'm telling you, Zub doesn't hit him, and he's standing up. Series is done, and that's what we're talking about today. But again, ifs and buts.
So you guys think this will be at least some sort of fine?
I think it ought to. I mean, okay, what Artem Zub did to John Tavares was slightly worse than what Nick Cousins did to Anthony Stolarz.
Look.
Come on. And it doesn't need to be malicious intent, but where can anyone find the puck? I think it's where Ullmark is looking, which is not at John Tavares.
Yeah.
It's not on the screen. Yeah. Oh man, he gets him right in the jaw.
At the very least, it's interference.
Yes.
Yes. 2 minutes for
Exactly.
interference.
And the refs are all right there. They all see it.
I don't know if they saw it or not, because I think they'd call interference if they did. But
Yes.
either way, they didn't do their job well. If they saw it or they didn't see it, you screwed up, because whether it's to the head or not, I don't care about those semantics. Give them 2 minutes for interference.
Can we get the Matty mic? Because the Mad Dog wants to chime
What's up,
in.
dog?
Steve said this a while ago about the Darnell Nurse hit. And what are you doing?
Bring your mic up.
My mic is up. I'm talking.
No, closer to your face.
Closer to my face.
There you
That.
go.
Oh, wow. That is the difference. No, I was just saying, it's like you say, Steve. He looks like a night owl here.
A night owl?
The owl.
Oh, God.
The way his
yeah,
head
you're
is.
Right. Yeah, it's completely.
You remember he said that a while ago? The owl look?
I forgot about that. Yeah,
Snaps
dude,
his neck to the sun.
Yeah.
Nurse missing as little time as he did. Did he miss any time? Maybe
Yeah,
a couple
he
games.
missed a couple games.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought.
It reminds me of that. That's why I just wanted to say you're saying, yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
His head flips around.
It's funny on account of he's fine. Nurse, I mean. Tavares, Nylander and Berube are yeah, he's fine. He'll play game 5. And I'm like,
well, he played that game.
Thanks, Doc. But
He was in the game.
someone was like, what if John Tavares has his Paul Correa moment and wins this game?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, it's 2025. I think we need to stop glorifying that moment. That was
I don't remember that.
It's where he basically got decked by Suter, was it? And
no Scott Stevens.
Oh, it was Stevens, because there was another one where Suter decked him, but he was out for a while after that. Yeah, Scott Stevens, and then he came back in and he scored, and he said in interviews since that he doesn't remember.
It wrecked his career.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He kept playing for years after that, but he was never the same.
No, that's awful. What the hell are we doing?
Yeah, well, that's why we don't want to glorify that moment. It's not a great moment. But I look at this and I go, okay, fine. Leafs get the 4-minute penalty. Sens kill it off, and that gives them a boost, right? It gives anybody a boost. The goal that goes in is, to me, just a full credit to Jake Sanderson for the extra effort. He could have.
It's a dart.
He could have let that puck just go offside, circled back, tried to break, but he would not let it happen. It's that extra effort, that extra reach, and then he just flutters it on the net.
I think
Stolarz does not see that.
No, I think Carlo took his eyes away. I know we made fun of the saying, but you would like a save there. Mm-hmm. But it's a perfect shot and he doesn't see it. It's a bad combo. And so we move on to game 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Leafs were the better team overtime. They were the better team third period. They erased a 2-0 deficit. The Sens, once again, couldn't hold on to a lead for more than 7 minutes.
Yep.
You should win this game. You should win Game 5.
Sacre bleu! It's time for period 2. Let's go. Montreal Canadiens. Washington Capitals. Absolute effing snooze fest. Just the most boring game. But you know who made it exciting? Drew in the comments. That's producer Drew of the shit talking on Twitter type. That is his hashtag brand. He is a boss babe when it comes to pissing people off on Twitter. Well, he just did it in the chat too. He said Sens in 7. You know what? You know what, Drew? I saw your SDPN bracket. You didn't pick Sens in 7. Julian did. What now, Drew? Robar says for the excitometer, we should only include fights where fighting penalty is called, or add in those wrestling matches. Should we only include fighting where fighting is called, or add in wrestling matches where everyone is given a roughing? Here's what we do, okay? We include fights for the excitometer, and we include offsetting roughing calls. So you're going and you're going. When the refs had enough of both guys, you're both going. When he says, you're both going, quit screwing around. Like your old shop teacher. Quit screwing. Both of you. Box. Get out of here. That's what we include. Offsetting roughing calls. I know that's very specific. But when else are you calling an offsetting roughing call? When something fun's happen. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Chat, what do we think? Do we like Gripper Nation? Doug Lee fan, or they go into the stands and fight the crowd. Well, that's only happened once, Doug, but we can include that. Alex Kayer, you would make a good ref, Adam. Thank you. I've been yelled at by refs a lot in my life. Actually, I remember in a league, I was like, it was like a house league or something, but there's some ref just had it in for me. I had the tightest whistle, and like it would just be like nothing. The guy would be like, box 12, box. That was always my number. 12. Box 12. Like whenever I saw him out there before, like as we jumped out, and I'm like wearing, like my team's name is like John's Carpet Sales, and this guy would be out there, and he looked like Fred Durst, but he had like a gold goatee, or he had a dyed yellow goatee when those were in the early 2000s. Yeah. But a bad linesman because he would always drive. So here's the deal. The excitometer it's important, but if the linesman fake drops the puck, that's got to take the excitement level down. If we get a lot of fake linesmen, or I guess you could make the argument that linesmen only fake drop the puck in key moments. If there's nothing on the line, they just kind of drop it, right? But in the playoffs, you see the fake drops per 60 explode, right? Oh, look at this. Refs and linesmen are trying to stop anything from happening. Arbor Xhekaj trying to skate near the Caps bench. Linesman's not letting him do it. Oh, I love this. Why can't it happen during the game? And we have period 2, because period 1 was it's okay. Dakota Perrin says, so a less cool Fred Durst. Yes, he was. Hayden says, which game was more boring, game 1 or game 2? Game 2. Because game 1, the Habs came back and it went to overtime. That was exciting. Here we go with a shot. Oh, missed the net. Yeah, Dvorak had a shot there, missed the net. I think game 1 got exciting towards the end because the Habs came back from 2-0, right? That was cool. Game 2 was like, well, the Caps have scored 2 and the Habs have scored 1, and that's going to be what it is. Wasn't that exciting? Lord Tundran, get a Dove sponsorship and keep track of face washes. Find a player with the cleanest face. Yo, that's a brilliant idea. Face wash of the game brought to you by Dove. How awesome is it? Man, Laura, you're having a night here. That's a great idea. I'm going to send that to my sales team. Face watches per 60. I'm actually like taking that and copy and pasting. I get so many, and then I'm going to do the Excite-O-meter, and I'm going to bring that up on the Steve Dangle podcast on Wednesday, and see what we got going on. See if Steve and Jesse can add to it, because I actually think it'd be fun. Robert Bett, interesting fact. Did you know that Ridley Gregg, Josh Anderson, and William Nylander, all three of their fathers played for Pierre Maguire and Hartford? I did not know that. Yeah, Jeff Sanderson, Michael Nylander played in Hartford. Oh, here we go. Bavillier, steal, and the Habs do a really good job of holding. We get a goal. Oh, man. See, yo, Dubas should have covered that puck up. That's crazy. How did that puck even come out? Dubas knows. He knows. He shouldn't have kicked that out. Strome with a great rebound. See, the Habs do a great job of stopping. Who was the player here? It was Bavillier, who's had a great series. Look at them. They do a great job boxing him out. Dubas, cover it up. Cover it up. The puck, Dubas. The puck. Get it. Grab him today. Put your hand down. Oh, and nobody's got him. Suzuki should probably pick him up. Yeah. Okay, Suzuki didn't pick it up, but I think also Suzuki's thinking, oh, they got this. There's two guys back. We're good. Oh, no. That is a mistake. That is a big mistake. Absolute gift for the Caps. Absolute gift. Dakota Perrin says, feel for Dubas, rookie goalie. Hopefully the Habs aren't tough on him. I don't think they will be. I think ideally they would have had a defenseman clear that puck too, right? But Dubas has got to know, put the vacuum cleaner on it. Cover that thing up. Every time Strome scores for Washington, a deep dish pizza gets its wings. What? People are saying Dubas's controller ran out of battery. It's possible. He did kind of freeze there. Alex Mercer having some trouble in the chat. Adam, I'm R the. And then Alex Mercer, Adam, I am R. Alex, I hope you're okay. I hope it's inedible, and I hope it's hitting right now. Robert in the SDPN chat says, I am R2. Alex Mercer, Adam, I am at the gym. What's the best exercise for your core? You're asking me? I'm a little soft in the belly to be asking me. I don't know, sit-ups? You know what else I hear is good? Deadlifts, if you do them properly. You got to be careful. Deadlifts. They're a full body. Make you sweat. You got to make sure that you know how to load properly, though, with deadlifts, right? You don't want to mess around. You can hurt your back. Adrian Ang says, no, he's not asking about your core. He's asking about your cerebral. That's true. I don't know much about that part of your body. URGL's Realm says, best part of this is I just finished an edible as you mentioned it. Well, good for you. And for all the people on edibles tonight, happy Sunday, kids. Enjoy your burnout. Ryan Rebello, if Stoller's let in a goal like that, we'd be calling for Wall instantly. Well, I hope not. I hope we wouldn't be that hard because goalies are going to make mistakes. Also, Dubas is a rookie. He's going to do rookie things. Daniel says, don't lift too heavy on those deadlifts too. There is reason why heavy lifters wear belts. Yeah, you don't have to lock it up like with 500 pounds. You just do a little bit and work from there. Because really, a clean rep is better than 10 not clean reps. And I know this because I did used to work out regularly and probably should get back to doing it. Puck Pittsburgh says planks are good for the core too. Yes, they are. I'm pretty sure push-ups are as well. BK says nothing like taking 200 milligram hit before the wave pool. Oh my God. I don't think I could do that safely. I don't think anyone could do that safely. Dakota Parent, God, I can't wait to take an edible after correcting university exams. I imagine that. I'm assuming are you a TA or are you a professor? Either way, I don't think professors mark them. It's all the TAs, right? That was clearly not going to be what I did for a living. I would have been terrible at that. Dakota, if you are a TA, what's your specialty? I would love to know what you're marking. Maybe we can help you. Maybe you can, Dakota. You're doing your master's in religion. Okay. Are you marking religious papers? Is it like, I know it's not like, is it like a specific religion? Is it the history of religion? Be very interesting. Hayden just said that Montreal has not had a shot on goal in 10 minutes. I'm telling you guys. Here comes Galley. He's going to change that. Nope, he's not. He missed the net. It was close, though. Wilson comes across. They're going. Oh, Matheson just crushed Wilson. And I think that's a penalty for sure. Yeah, Matheson charged him. Oh, it's a high sticking call? So TNT just cut out for everybody, by the way. Oh. So it wasn't on Wilson, it was on Dubois. So Dvorak and Dubois. Wow. I wish they'd show a replay of that Matheson hit on Wilson. It was a monster. Francois Labelle, I missed the last Habs game stream and they won. If they lose tonight, does that mean the hockey gods don't want me to watch? No, you don't. Listen, I know everybody's suspicious this time, or superstitious this time of year. Let me just tell you this. You, as much as I love you, and as much as I love my friend Steve and Jesse and everybody else that loves hockey, you don't play for the team. You can't control what happens on the ice, but you can control watching. Are you really going to rob yourself of watching a hockey game? I don't think so. You can't do that. You have a confession? What is it, Hayden? Hayden blamed his girlfriend for the Minnesota Wild losing because she moved his Minnesota Wild hat, which he is not supposed to do during the playoffs. By the way, I want you guys to watch. Silent Rob 1192. Adam, we need some play-by-play. Well, let me get back to you. I want you guys to watch what the Capitals do. See what Wilson's doing there, and see what Strome's doing there. They are trying to thread a pass right in front of the goalie and allow for an open net goal or shot goal every time. The Habs have figured this out, and they throw David Savard and his gigantic fat ass out there. And I say that as a compliment. David Savard is built like a tree, and all he has to do is lie down, and there's nothing the Caps can do. And their penalty is that offside? This is like their third or fourth power play of the game, and they had one post, and none of them have looked that good. 14:36 left in the second period. I'll give you a little clap here. Francois Labelle says, "Yep, you're right." Well, thank you, guys. Sportsnet is working perfectly fine. For anybody that's trying to watch, I don't know if you're watching on Yarm 80 Plus or not. I am. Here we go. 14:36. Center ice. Boom. Now we can be synchronized and aligned. Our chakras, our chakras. Chikrin down behind the net. Ovechkin. Strome. Carlson. It's all the big boys for the Caps. And a shot in. Goes past Obish. It's deflected wide. Wilson behind the net. Back out to Strome. Carlson under fire. And the Habs might get a breakaway here. No. Carlson says, no. I'm not going to let that happen. Could have happened. The Habs almost had three guys away there. Carlson saved a pretty massive breakaway. Right, there's Strome. I don't know why I struggled. Here's Chychrun. Chychrun probably should have shot that. Oh, Habs are going to take another penalty here. It's going to be 5-on-3 for 44 seconds. Tom Wilson drawing this one. And boy, it's no joke. That was an absolutely obvious penalty. Joel Armia is going to the box, I think, for tripping. Watch. You can't not call this. Chychrun should have shot there, by the way. But look. Oh, I think Wilson might have sold that a little bit. Look, watch Wilson, 43, top end of your screen, coming across the net. He goes down a bit easy, but it's still, I mean, he's still got the wrap going. So yeah, it does look like he Bobby Orred. Hayden said he Bobby Orred it. That was a bit of a dive. Marty St. Louis is going to get so many even up calls. Habs fans, if you're pissed, I get it, but you're going to get all of the rest of the game. You're not going to take another penalty. You're going to get so many. Well, look at they're shouting the ref, you suck. The Washington Capitals are taking a time out here. They want to rest their top line on the power play. Chychrun has to shoot that puck, man. He has to shoot that puck. But the fact that he didn't means that the Habs are up 5-3 on this power play. Our merge shock, this is a joke. Ryan Rebello, I hope the Caps get swept by the Canes. Matt Wickett, this is ridiculous. Phoenix Remington, we better be getting all the even up calls. Hayden, I think they're going to get a bunch of even up calls here, right? Like, I don't think the Habs are getting another penalty against them the rest of the game. What do you think? Hayden says if the refs, like once we go to break here, commercial break, once the refs see that replay on the screen, the Caps might not get another penalty the rest of the series. The refs hate being embarrassed. They hate it. I mean, they're human beings. Of course they do. Caps win the draw. Ovechkin shoots, and it is off David Savard, the man tree. Chychrun, down low. There they go. See, I told you. They tried to they threaded it across, and that time it worked. The Caps always do this. Watch Karlsson, left side of your screen, down by the goalie. Karlsson, see? And then the Habs just lie down and take see, they're forcing the pass. They're forcing the pass. What the Caps need to do is find the opportunities where a Hab is not lying down in front of the net taking that pass away. Do not try to force it through someone's legs. Oh, here we go. Here comes Strome. He's behind the net. In Gretzky's office right there. We're back to 5-on-4. Dvorak is out of the box. Oh, they tried it again. It almost worked. Karlsson at the side of the net. Here's Wilson using his butt. Ovechkin at the point. It's a bit of a snapshot, and the Habs clear. I'm telling you, the Habs PK tonight is solid. Solid. Solid, solid, solid. 12:35 left in the second. 45 seconds left on this power play. Shots are now 13-5. I don't think the Habs have had a shot this period, and the Caps are going to be offside. The last Montreal Canadiens shot on goal was 16:20 of the first period. 16:20 into the first period, so about 4 minutes left. Or 3.5. Phoenix Remington says, dump truck Savard? Yeah, I think so. He does dump like a truck. Truck. And the Caps are like, what? Canadian Girl 83 dropping 5 SDPN memberships. Let's go! Isabella, Luke, Cody Kachuk, Ryan Dunn. You guys all got free SDPN VIP memberships because of Canadian Girl 83. You should be thanking her. Please drop a big thank you in the chat. Thank the people supporting SDPN. It's a big help. We appreciate it. 12:25 left in the second. 34 seconds left on the power play, and the Caps just lost the draw. And Josh Anderson is flying around tonight, especially on the PK. He's done a great job. This is the Josh Anderson I think Habs fans have been waiting to see for such a long time. Josh Anderson in the playoffs. 12:02 left in the second. This power play is basically over. The Montreal Canadiens have killed about 3.5 straight minutes of power play. Whoa! Okay. Rasmus Sandin looked like he was going to put one in on Logan Thompson there. We are back to 5-on-5. Mangiapane across the ice. Armia is out. He clears. Caps recover it. Canadian Girl 83 can't be in the chat for Tuesday night, Adam, so got to get the gifts in tonight. Canadian Girl 83, we love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Anderson has looked worth his contract in this series. Yes, he has. He's looked great. Worm Castings. Can we all agree that John Schneider is the worst manager in the big leagues and the Jay Shatkins combo is a complete failure? I haven't thought about the Blue Jays in weeks. And I will once the playoffs are done. But I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what's going on here. I have no idea. 11:34. Habs need a shot. Haven't had one since 7:52 of the first. And that shot was blocked too. Are the Caps just trying to win this game 1-0? Is that what their goal is? This line has been so dangerous for the Habs. Caps cannot contain Caulfield, Slafkovsky, Nick Suzuki. Power play or 5-on-5. And there we go. Connor McMichael is at least able to turn it around. The bullying of, we might get a penalty there. No. Habs fans want one, but I think that was just a good old fight between two players and somebody lost an edge. 10:55 left in the second period. Habs fans are yelling, "Ref, you suck." Slafkovsky, what a great play to Cole Caulfield. And it looks like the Canadiens have drawn a penalty. Nick Dowd is going to go to the box, I think, for dumping Nick Suzuki. Yeah, and Suzuki's got a bit of a stinger. And we're going to see that Montreal Canadiens on the power play. I told you guys, the even-up calls are coming, and they're here. Now, I actually think he deserves this. Yeah, Nick Dowd is absolutely deserving of that. It's PP time. By the way, hey, guys, trivia is open. We got trivia happening in the second intermission tonight. And it's going to be, because it's moi, your host, it's going to be Kyle Dubas themed trivia. Your theme tonight is Kyle Dubas trivia. It's going to be fun. So you can enter for trivia right now. Just hit the, where is it? Hey, Hayden, do we have it in the description? Double check that one because I'm not seeing it. I got Steve's book, though. Who's that guy? Why would anyone buy that book? Yeah, no, it's not in there. Let's put it in there. Whoop. All right. I had a super chat there and I almost missed it. Life Ulp said, I believe the Blue Jays question is a lot better for Jesse to answer than Adam. Yeah, you're probably right. Again, I'm just not paying attention to the Jays. I'm only watching hockey. I don't even know how the NBA playoffs are going. It's literally like, okay, this is how intense I've been about the playoffs. I've not seen an episode of Andor. Andor! My favorite Star Wars show. I've been beating that drum that's a great show for years. And now it's getting its just desserts. Okay, STPN Trivia's got it in there. Join the Spark app. We're going to have some fun. Trivia's going to be great tonight. Robert Bett. Gotta go. Good night. Long live Gripper Nation. We love you, Robert. Have a great sleep, pal. Daniel says, oh man, Adam, just wait. There is a specific thing you will love based on a video game you mentioned. I don't know what that means yet, but I'm real excited. Maybe they announced Battlefield 3 or Battlefront 3, which is what we all want, and they refuse to give us. By the way, it is in the description now. Kyle Dubas Trivia. Sign up for the Spark app. Real easy. And in the second half of the second intermission, we're going to be playing a little trivia and having some fun. Kyle Dubas themed. Ooh, nice play by the Habs. Suzuki kind of fires it up over the. That was a good field goal. Let's put it that way. Demidov is on PP1, by the way, and I think he's deserved it. He looked really good last game at certain points. Hudson over to Caulfield. Back to Hudson. Demidov open. Does he trust Demidov? Can Cole Caulfield find Demidov? Look, he's wide open. Puck's not in the right spot for him to do a one-timer. Oh, Hudson almost had him. No one was expecting Lee Hudson to shoot there, and I think that one went off the post. Francois LaBelle, go Habs, go! Absolutely. I love seeing Demidov out there on the power play. Good for him. Dave Stangl says, core 4, bore 4, fantastic 4, sends in 7. Wow, Dave Stangl. That sure is a super chat. Josh Halliburton, Adam, how would you feel about a Habs Leafs conference final? I would die and go to heaven. How amazing would that be? Just be incredible. With a Jets Oilers Western Conference final, Hayden says, yeah. Well, maybe the Minnesota Wild in there, Hayden. It's because we love you. Aaliyah's saying clap for the next faceoff. You got it. I can do it. Nice little move there. Lane Hudson's edge work is crazy. No one cuts back like that guy. Him and like William Nylander. Crazy cutbacks. 1 minute left in the Habs power play. They're not gaining the zone here easily. Oh, Slavkovsky with a nice move at the blue line. Habs are going to get set up here. Demidov has got the puck. What a move. Goes around the net. Shoots. Scores. Slavkovsky from Demidov. And that was all Demidov. Ivan Demidov starting to look at home in these playoffs. Well, I mean, it helps that they elevated him from the fourth line. Damn, that was a great play. Slavkovsky had an easy time of it. That, if you can believe it, is Montreal's first shot. Are you ready? Montreal's first shot since 7:52 left in the first period. So that was like about 13, 14 minutes on the clock. Are you kidding me? It's been over basically an entire period since they got a shot, and it was worth the wait. Ivan Demidov, look at this move. Beautiful. Dangles Matt Roy. Beautiful backhand pass, and Slavkovsky's able to put that, I believe, underneath the pad. Oh, that angle doesn't show it. I don't know if it went over or under the pad. Kevin Welch, yes. Uri Slavkovsky! Big goal. Listen to the Bell Center cheers. Amazing. Slavkovsky has goals in consecutive games. That one's on the power play. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure the other one was on the power play. He's starting to look real good. Starting to see why they picked him so high, huh? Coaster says demigod strikes. Absolutely. First career playoff assist for Demidov. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Matthew Chen, hey, Caps are going to choke now. Hayden asks if Nick Suzuki is on my Olympic Team Canada. I think they're going to mostly go with the team that got them the Four Nations. So it doesn't mean that he's not. It means that he might not be a starter in the first game. I also heard that they weren't thrilled with him that he didn't go to the World Championships last year after the season was over. Tavares went hoping to get a spot on the Four Nations final team, and he didn't get a spot. And so he went to the World Championship hoping that they would pick him because they told him, if you go, way better chance to pick him. So maybe Suzuki made the right call and was just like, no, because you're not going to pick me anyway. I think he's, you know what? If Suzuki is going to be on the Olympic team, he will earn it this playoffs. And then if he does a great job in these playoffs, it will be his to lose to start next year. And I don't think he'll lose it, but he's got to do well now. They're watching. Jacqueline K, love that power play. Excited for this team. You should be, Jacqueline. They can score goals. They're learning to score some goals. That wasn't even, well, I guess that was sort of a playoff goal, but there was a lot of finesse to that, you know? This is exciting. I mean, well, the commercial break is not exciting. This game's good. I like this game. Jacqueline K, Mark Stone cannot be back for Canada. Suzuki has got to be in. Depends on what role, right? If Suzuki, so Mark Stone plays a role. You're going to need somebody to be a takeaway king, right? Mitch Marner's really good at it. Obviously, Nathan McKinnon's really good at it, but you need somebody who's like a snarly forward who can score but also plays monster defense. No disrespect to Suzuki, but he isn't that. So what role are you filling? Because that's how Team Canada looks at it, right? Suzuki, as you guys know, most points by a Montreal Canadiens player since Kovalev in 07-08, which is nuts. Like, man, Bergevin, you had like 10 years and you got nobody who was like a point-a-game player? Come on, man. Francois Labelle, Marchand out for the Olympics? Maybe. His health will depend. It'd be health dependent, but it also would be play dependent. And I'm not convinced. I don't know. We'll see. He is a vibes guy, though. He's a total vibes guy. .849 left in the second period. We got a tie game. Montreal Canadiens went almost an entire period without taking a shot. But that first shot, they scored on. Here comes Connor McMichael with a nice little move. But Carrier takes the body and washes his face while he's at it. Down goes McMichael. Silent Rob 1192 wants Matt Rempe for Team Canada. Just punch our way to a gold medal. 8:24, 8:23, 8:22 left in the second period. Dubois out front. And it's a shot. Dubas has got that. Nice play by Dubois to McMichael. And McMichael is PO'd because he got a nice little glove to the face a little earlier in the shift. He had to do a spinorama shot, bit of a weaker backhand. Francois Labelle said, hey, remember, Bergevin traded for Suzuki. He did. I think, wasn't that the Thomas Tatar trade? Didn't he get like Suzuki and, was it Thomas Tatar? Was that the trade? Or was it, no, that was Pacioretty, wasn't it? Tatar was a first, second, and a third, which was a crazy return. And Pacioretty for Suzuki, right? Hayden? See? Yes, okay. Good. Hey, good for Bergevin. He'll be a GM again one day. I mean, he's an AGM right now, so I guess you're still a GM if you're an AGM. 8:09 left in the second. Here comes Nick Suzuki again. Strong line. This line has been real tough for the Caps to contain. Hudson. Gooley. With a great pass. Caulfield tried to find, I think, a streaking Suzuki there. Yeah. Couldn't get him. Great play, though. Man, Hudson with those passes. Hudson with a big slap shot. Cole Caulfield falls. Caps clear. They're going to keep that first line out there for one more shot. Gooley, light dump in. Suzuki beats the Caps to it. And the puck is deflected out by John Carlson's stick, but not intentionally. So it's not a penalty. What was the trade, Hayden? So it was Patches to Vegas for Nick Suzuki, a second-round pick that turned into Jaden Struble, and what? Thomas Tatar. And then Tatar was traded for a first, second, and a third. Am I right? One day. I think it was like the next season or a season after. Armia, down low, one-handed. Thomas Tatar got a crazy return. That's all I remember. Meme Empress says technical difficulties for TNT are still happening. Caps are actually cursed. LMAO. Well, Sportsnet's working all good in Canada. I'm not sure if you can hook up a little of that YARM 80 Plus and watch on Sportsnet, but listen, I am no fan of the Sportsnet app in previous years. Remember when the Leafs were playing the Lightning the second time and they won the series, and that app would regularly drop the game. It was so annoying. Vegas traded 3 picks to Detroit for Thomas Tatar. Right. That was the first, second, third. Jack guy trying to cause some shit there in front of the net. Watch this hit on Eller. Eller's not going to like that. Jack-eye falls. Still a hard hit. Look, hits him again. Habs fans are loving it. Solid hits. Dubas is looking good. Yeah. They're telling Jack-eye he's doing a good job, but they're also telling him, hey, Joe Arbor, keep it clean, buddy. They're watching you. Hey, trivia coming up here. 6:58 left in the second period. We're gonna play a little clip once the second intermission starts, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna do trivia, and then we are gonna roll right into the third period of this game. A little bit more high event hockey in the second than there was in the first, but still not crazy. I can remember last year against the Vancouver Canucks, and Hayden will remember this too. We usually would get it's like, hey, will we get to 20 total shots by the end of the second period? And that was every game, like between both teams, 20 total. It was crazy, just an absolute snore. We had a game where the Preds had one shot after the end of the first. Yeah, that's crazy. 6:27. Was that a Stefan Robida sighting, by the way, on the Montreal bench? Oh, nice pass. Here we go. Dvorak to Anderson. Oh, the puck is flipped up. Oh, I bet Anderson would have liked to get that with Tom Wilson on the ice. They are out there together. I should stress that. The Dubois line was out there against the Anderson line. Why is that important? Because I think Tom Wilson and Josh Anderson are going to go at some point this series. They sure weren't thrilled with each other last game. Oh, Newhook almost broke in there. Logan Thompson's able to cover it up. 5:51 in the second period to go. Sierra Marlowe on the Vancouver Canucks series. Yeah, those games were boring, but the chat ruled. You know what? It's where Gripper Nation was formed. The games were so boring that we were like, well, we better make the chat good. Otherwise, what are we all doing here? It was crazy. Sedin Magic 15, thank God for Gripper Nation because that series was boring AF. It was. It was brutal. Brutal. Mr. Game of Fame says it was Stefan Robida. He was the one talking to Jack-eye. Yeah, Gripper Nation, Allie, Jacqueline K, I think Sedin Magic 15. I think Jacqueline was there. Meme Empress, I know you were there. And you guys all remember Cassie was there too. It was crazy. I couldn't believe hockey could be that boring. I really couldn't. It was crazy. 37C says, as a Canucks fan, I hated the series and we won. LOL. Yeah, it was just like every time the game started, it was like, well, this is going to be pain. Now, it made up for it with the Oilers series, which the Canucks, if Brock Besser is playing game 7, I think that series might have not gone their way. We might have had a Vancouver run to the finals. Brock Besser was just wicked that series. And for him to be injured for game 7, just a dagger. Absolute dagger. Also, Calvin Pickard giving Stuart Skinner that couple of game break. Remember, because they pulled Stuart Skinner and started Calvin Pickard. And I remember it was like game 4 or 5. I'm like, okay, they just won the game with Calvin Pickard. Why are you putting Stuart Skinner back in? This is silly. And didn't turn out to be that silly. It was smart. It was smart. By the way, we're in commercial break. I'm going to give you a clap here so we can align our streams. You guys ready? Here we go. I don't know how much time's left. They haven't told me, but we're going to get a face-off here coming out of commercials. Please put the time up. 5:51 in the second. Get ready to clap. Boom. No. They fake drop the puck. They always do this. Newhook has been kicked out. Yuck. I hate this. Lola says they're running with Pickard tonight. Boom. Here we go. Yeah, Calvin Pickard will start for the Oilers tonight. So that'll be interesting. Richard Trufino, premature adropulation. It's true. It's exactly what it is. Shots are 14-7 Washington. But honestly, the Habs have done a good job boxing Washington out. I do think there is more talent, developed talent on the Washington roster. There is. They're older, they're smarter, they're more experienced. But the Montreal Canadiens are a damn good hockey team, and they're only going to get better. And that is real scary for the Atlantic Division, which has already been the toughest division in hockey for a very long time. But here we go. I have been very impressed with the way the Canadiens have poured it on. End of the a little bit in the first game. Second game was Third game was awesome. Tonight's been great. They need some more shots. The Caps defense, though, is smothering, and that's really the difference maker. When Montreal gets a chance, they do tend to score. They're just not getting enough chances. Slavkovsky's going to chip it around, and he chipped it into the Canadiens bench. It's probably because he's so tall. By the way, trivia, Kyle Dubas style. You can sign up right now. Get registered. Get yourself in. Just sign up there's a description the description of this video. Just sign up for that there, and you'll be ready to rock and roll, my friends. And I hope you're ready for Kyle Dubas trivia. Why are we doing Kyle Dubas trivia? Why are we giving away a Sidney Crosby McFarlane doll figurine? Well, we just thought it was funny because of the Caps and the Pens rivalry, and because of the Adam Wylde and the Kyle Dubas rivalry. And it's two-sided. The two of us. Sedin Magic 15. I truly believe that if Thatcher Demko had been playing, the Canucks would have beat the Oilers in 5. Yeah, Artur Silovs did a great job, but Demko going down kind of sucked. No, we got some shenanigans behind the play, but we can't see it. Josh Anderson with a shot. Big save by Logan Thompson. And Tom Wilson's going to turn around. Oh, here we go. Dubois trying to get the puck in. Montreal absolutely smothering him. Anderson just crushed someone. I think he just crushed Wilson. And the fans are on their feet. I think Josh Anderson sent her a little too hard there, kids. Just a little too fast because he blew up Tom Wilson, and the Habs are going back shorthanded. Now, they've looked awesome. On the PK. Watch. Anderson. Oh, big hit on Wilson, but they are going to call him for that. I guess they have to. It's a bit of a late hit. It's a late hit. Join that second intermission trivia. It's Kyle Dubas. Phoenix Remington says, Adam, why did you say the Habs were going to get calls? Because they were going to get calls. Tight calls. That ain't a tight call. That's a pretty obvious call. Although, I've seen the Bruins do that to the Leafs 80 bajillion times in the playoffs, and they don't call shit. You know what needs to happen? Montreal Canadiens players need to start signing some more sticks for these refs to give to their nieces and nephews. That's how you get calls. Jacqueline K says, kind of worth the penalty, LOL. Honestly, the Canadiens have been so good on the penalty kill tonight. I don't know if this matters. The Caps have just been completely discombobulated. We'll see if that changes. They are trying to do that cross-crease pass. Look, Canadiens won another draw. They're going to dump it here. Great start to the power play. Guard of Life says, Adam, what's in your Starbucks cup? Coffee, actually. I don't know if you can see that. It's from today. I bought some coffees for the crew. There wasn't a Tim Hortons nearby. Otherwise, I would have gone Tim's. And we went down. We were at Maple Leaf Square for the podcast. And I brought coffees, and nobody wanted them. So I got to keep my coffees, and I brought them here. And I just microwave them. People tell me that's gross. It's black coffee. It's bean water. It'll be fine. 3:42 left in the second. 1:45 left in the Capitals power play. And the Caps power plays all night have been caca. They've been bad. John Carlson dumping the puck in, chasing his own dump. It's a true dump and chase. And I think it's Emil Heineman or is it Savard just sitting on the puck? Yeah, no, it's Savard in his gigantic tree body covering that puck. Ovechkin's got it from the point. Snapshot. Dubas with the save. Carlson tried to spin and get it around. And the Montreal Canadiens, Joel Armia dumps that puck down. Some exciting moments there. Francois Labelle, ill microwave coffee. I will not continue to try it, Francois. Dubois. McMichael back to Ovechkin at the point. Sandin looking for Ovechkin, looking to the other side. Shot in. Oh, what a save by Dubas. Really smart play by Sandin there. He floats the puck in and I think intentionally misses Dubas, so it will pop off the backboard out in front of the net. But Dubas reads it perfectly and absolutely robs, I think it's John Carlson. So Wilson crushed David Savard from behind, and Habs fans were pissed about it. David Savard was pissed about it. He's like, I'm a tree. I'm a tree. Yeah, great save. So that was a great play by Sandin. McMichael almost gets it, but an absolute Patrick Waugh vintage glove save by Dubas there. If you're a Habs fan, you got to be excited about your goaltending, baby. It's looking real good. I'm getting roasted for microwaving coffee? Nah. I won't get listen. Don't act like you've never microwaved a coffee before. By the way, I'll leave it in there for several days and microwave it. That's how cheap I am. I don't see the problem with it. It's just water. It's bean water. Okay, watch Mangiapane in front of the net. Watch, they're going to try to feed him across. But look. The Montreal Canadiens just lie down and take away that pass, and the Caps keep forcing it. You got to go Ovechkin. Go Ovechkin. Oh, don't. I mean, I did tell them to go Ovechkin. Montreal's doing a great job on this PK. Caps have got to switch it up. Oh, wow. What happened there? That's an absolute... Ovechkin just... Did he run over Savard? What happened there? I think that was an accidental. Oh, it was Evans. As if Jake Evans has not had enough people crush him in the head. Hand went up late. Ovechkin's pissed about it because they initially didn't call it, and then they called it after the crowd reacted. And he's pissed. That's kind of, you know what? I see why he's mad. Call the penalty or don't, but don't wait for the crowd reaction. That's not intentional at all. Dvorak then slashes him across the knee. Steve Dangle, I'm beating you clowns at trivia. We'll see if Steve Dangle wins the Sidney Crosby figure. You can't let him take it. You got to register right now. By the way, big opportunity for the Habs here. Look how pissed Ovi is. He can't believe that that's a call. Oh, Stefan Robida got up on the bench. Okay. It wasn't intentional, but yeah, they should call that. From that angle? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, sign up for trivia now. It's in the description because we're going to play a little clip coming out of this game. 2 minutes left. 3 seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds, 1 second. 4-on-4 is over. Habs are now on the power play to end this period unless they score beforehand. They are already 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Slavkovsky from a great feed from Demidov. Unbelievable. This power play has been spectacular for the Habs. It's been garbage for the Caps, who cannot contain them. This first line for the Habs, plus Demidov, scary. Hudson over to Caulfield, and he scores! What a shot! Cole Caulfield just bullied that puck through Logan Thompson. That was a freight train. Nothing stopping it. An absolute laser through the legs of Logan Thompson from 5'8", 160 pound. Cole Caulfield. Ovechkin looks up at the clock. He can't believe it. It's Montreal's 8th or 9th shot of the night, and they are up 2-1. Cole Caulfield's feeling real good. Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki, by the way, who've both been to the Stanley Cup Finals. They know playoffs. This is nothing for them. The Caps cannot handle the Habs power play. Look at that shot. Thompson tracks it perfectly. He's in position, and it does not matter. Oh, bit of a knuckler. Bit of a knuckler. Francois Lebel with a Go Habs Go in the chat. Kevin Welch, Cole Caulfield. 13. Let's go. Is Logan Thompson washed? Says Hayden. I don't think so. I don't know if he's washed, but it's not great. And Demidov with another assist. The first 2 assists of his playoff career. It's funny when you take him off of the line A line and then you take him off of the 4th line and put him on lines where he can do stuff. He does stuff. Francois Lebel, Cole Caulfield. RDP says Caulfield did the Ovi shot. Yeah, he did. Worked for him. That was a great shot. Habs fans, you got to be feeling yourselves right now. D.D. Weiss, is Logan Thompson still too injured to have started this game? I have no idea. Listen, Charlie Lindgren's been good for the Washington Capitals. Got them in the playoffs last year. .905 save percentage until the last 2 games of this year, which dropped his, when no one cared, it dropped his save percentage to like .896 or .895 or something, but he had a pretty good year. It was a league average goalie. Jacqueline K, we don't need Line A. You probably don't. I mean, it'd be nice if Line A could be Line A. Great goal. Great goal by Caulfield. By the way, good opportunity. Sign up for trivia. We're giving away a Sidney Crosby McFarland action figure. Steve Dangle has already joined trivia tonight. I tried to win his trivia. He's going to do well in this one because it's Kyle Dubas theme, so it's a little bit unfair. So you got to bring your A game, guys. I tried to win Steve Dangle trivia a couple of games ago. I fell to 7th place. Yes. Hayden says the Montreal Canadiens actually signed Lindgren to his first NHL deal. And when he took the ice after Logan Thompson went down, they all booed him because that's what you do. Oh, nice play there. 34 seconds to go. Newhook almost had one. Gallagher, Josh Anderson out there. Turns out that Tom Wilson penalty, that Josh Anderson penalty, not costly. Chloe says elbow to the head. That should be a suspension. I don't know about that. Kevin L, is Steve Dangle an industry plant? For us to know and you to never know. By the way, shout out to everybody who is new tonight. Shout out to everybody new. I've seen some people say, hey, Adam, I've never seen this YouTube channel before. Are you a Montreal Canadiens fan? I'm not personally. Grew up in Toronto Maple Leafs fan. But how can you not love this? Look at the crowd shots. Look how pumped the Bell Center is. They got 2 goals on 9 shots. The boys are feeling it. The Olays are happening. Oh, the officials are breaking up fights around the benches, I think. Francois Lebel sending 5 STPN memberships. Francois, you rock. Oliver Roy, Coach Hooded Canuck 48, Zartonk, the Fallen Panzer, and JM the Composer. You guys are all officially STP VIPs, so you get access to our STP VIP 4th episode, which is non-hockey. It's a little more pop culture, a little more goings on. And it's actually a lot of fun. But with STP VIP ad-free, I just want to let you guys know, you can listen to and watch all STP episodes, all the normal ones, without any ads. So if you want to subscribe, help support the channel. Channel's good. We're okay. Thankfully. Knock on wood. Now, I'm going to play a clip for you. We're coming back. We're doing trivia. And it's Kyle Dubas themed trivia for a Sidney Crosby McFarland action figure. Adult toy. Still got to work on that wording. Anyway, let's play the clip, Hayden.
The great thing about the playoffs is the dubs get bigger and bigger. Hello, friends. Steve Dangle here, and welcome to another episode of Big Dubs, where we take a look at the best from around the WHL in the second round. Now, we can't just make the whole thing about Gavin McKenna, although believe me, I would like to. I think he would too. So I'm going to limit it to 2 Gavin McKenna goals, although they might be the nicest things you've ever seen. Let's start with number 1.
Dragicevic with it at the left point, gives off to his right. Chenier walks, fires off the crossbar. Gate onto the rebound. He'll have a 2-on-1 shorthanded with speed. Pacheco the trailer. McKenna, what a move. Gavin McKenna, mastery from Gavin McKenna. Highlight of the night. Short-handed wizardry from the White Horse Wizard.
What was that? Playing against Gavin McKenna has to suck so much. You can imagine you're at the other end. The puck was just over there. It hit the crossbar because you're trying to score against them. Gavin McKenna comes down the other end and does whatever the heck that is. Dude, the puck physics don't even make sense with this thing. It's like a goal in a video game you get mad at and call it a glitch and quit. And it happened in real life. Gavin McKenna has 16 points in 9 playoff games. Isn't that wild? What's more wild is I lied. Those are only his assists. He has 22. 22 points in 9 games. And that was one of his goals. One of his 6 goals. I think it makes it more frustrating that it's possible he's just choosing not to score. He's just setting guys up because it's more challenging. He had 41 goals in the regular season. I might not even be wrong here. Gavin McKenna, big dub, and we're not even done. Let's see another one.
Rudolph backs up towards the left side corner, has McKenna closing in. He'll play it to the corner, but McKenna's there for it first. McKenna, Michigan attempt, and he scores! Gavin McKenna! A minute and 26 seconds in, hits the Michigan, and the Tigers have a 4-goal lead. Again, this kid is absolutely insane.
I've never in my life, dude. Sorry, I'm supposed to say big dub. Okay, first of all, this dude is just casually ripping Michigans in a playoff game. Second of all, I have never seen a hockey player at any level, score a goal so nasty that you could hear both the home and visiting broadcast crew at the same time. Show it again and listen closely.
Rudolph backs up towards the left side corner, has McKenna closing in. He'll play it to the corner, but McKenna's there for it first. McKenna, Michigan attempt, and he scores! Gavin McKenna! A minute and 26 seconds in, hits the Michigan.
Everyone is screaming at the top of their lungs, including me. Also, what do you mean he did it again? Did he say he did it again? Again? If every goal this season was like that, I would believe you. I would believe just about any lore about Gavin McKenna. He's like Chuck Norris. Gavin McKenna and the Medicine Hat Tigers, 4 big dubs because they sweep and move on to the 3rd round. So that was the Medicine Hat Tigers versus the Prince Albert Raiders. Moving on to the Spokane Chiefs taking on the Victoria Royals. Now, previously mentioned Gavin McKenna, he had 41 goals. He was one of the WHL's top goal scorers. Well, Shea Van Olm of the Spokane Chiefs was the WHL's top goal scorer from the regular season, and he's continued to produce in the playoffs. Check this out.
Crystal looking. Back for Van Olm. Van Olm coming up. Toe drags, comes free. Gets out front. Van Olm shoots and scores! Shea Van Olm to the backhand. And the Chiefs had tied this game at 1 with 11:17 left in the first. Shea Van Olm with a nice toe drag move in the middle of the ice.
Golly! That's a big dub. Shea Van Olm has 9 goals in 11 games in these playoffs. 21 points. If you can believe it, Shea Van Olm is committed to Penn State next year, does not have an NHL contract. And I'm going to throw that under the category of yet. Van Olm's Spokane Chiefs win the series against the Victoria Royals 4-2. Let's move on to the Portland Winterhawks taking on the Everett Silvertips. This series is wild. And here's a name you're going to want to remember. Andrei Stebatak. 17-year-old goalie in net for Portland. Doesn't even turn 18 until July. Check out this handiwork from the kid.
We'll try again, rather. Now they loaded high. Jamison left on the forehand. A wrist shot. Chance shot. Oh, my! Andrei Stebatek, are you kidding me? There was a wide open net. Everett thought for sure they had that one tied, and Andrei Stebatek, the team's best penalty killer, makes the save of the series.
Oh my, what an unbelievable left pad save.
Big dub. Andrei Stebatek kicks the puck, like just gets a little bit of it, kicks it off the post. That is an unbelievable save and one worth showing you, but I'm using it as a jumping off point to talk about this kid because he's been unbelievable. The Everett Silvertips, who Step and the Portland Winterhawks were playing in this series, were the regular season champions. Step faced 40 or more shots in 4 games out of this 7-game series. Not only did the Portland Winterhawks, as the 5 seed, win this series, this is their 2nd straight Game 7 win in these playoffs. And not only that, it is their 2nd Game 7 win on the road. Andre Stepatak, remember the name, big dub. Why not end with another series that went to 7, the Calgary Hitmen taking on the Lethbridge Hurricanes. And let's have a look at Calgary Hitmen goaltender Anders Miller. There's a very valuable lesson to be learned here. If you're a goaltender, oh my goodness!
Played it left side. Johnson pounds it in, and Miller out of the Calgary goal. Trying to play it for his defense. Hit Kindle, turned it over, shot. Miller a save! He robs Miguel Marquez. Oh, what a stop by Anders Miller. Played it left side. Johnson pounds it in, and Miller out of the Calgary goal. Trying to play it for his defense. Hit Kindle, turned it over, shot. Miller a save! He robs Miguel Marquez. Oh, what a stop by Anders Miller.
Apparently, if you're a goaltender, big dub and do whatever you want. Anders Miller of Anchorage, Alaska, only got into 22 games this season, but his record was sparkling. 13-4-2 with a .909 save percentage. He was big for Calgary in a series that was all over the place. Lethbridge takes games 1 and 2. Calgary takes 3, 4, and 5, but Lethbridge would stymie Calgary in games 6 and 7, holding them to just 2 goals combined. Regardless, end your season with your head held high. Anders Miller, big dub. So now what do we got? In the 3rd round, the Medicine Hat Tigers take on the Lethbridge Hurricanes. And it's the Spokane Chiefs against the Portland Winterhawks. Who do you have winning each series? Leave a comment in the comment box down below. But for now, that is it for this edition of Big Dubs. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. SDPN, your place for all things WHL.
It's trivia time. All right, I'm going to give people a few more minutes to sign, or a few seconds, I guess, to sign up. Use the QR code or just go to app.spark.fun/e/SDPN. It's just easier to use the QR code. Sign up for the Spark app. Join. Get yourselves in, kids, because we got a Sidney Crosby McFarland toy up for grabs. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty cool. And the reason we chose Sidney Crosby is because Sidney Crosby grew up a Montreal Canadiens fan. And so I think that's sort of perfect for a Montreal Canadiens game. The reason we're doing Kyle Dubas trivia is because everybody thinks I don't like Kyle Dubas. And that isn't true. I'm critical of how he's run the Pens, but I actually think he makes some good trades. All right, we ready? How much do you all know about Kyle Dubas? We're over 100 now. Can we get over 110? Can we get over 110? And by the way, Steve Dangle is playing in this trivia. So you got the opportunity to dunk his head in a toilet. If you beat Steve Dangle at Kyle Dubas trivia, he's got to quit. He won't quit, but he's got to. EP says, hey, I saw you live yesterday. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, EP. Thanks for popping by. Sport Check, Maple Leaf Square. All right. Remember, the faster you answer, the more points you get. We're going to start in 10. Are we going to start now? We're at 110. All right. You know what? Let's do it now, Hayden. Start the trivia. Kyle Dubas got his start in hockey with which OHL franchise? Is it A, Sudbury Wolves, B, Sioux Greyhounds, or C, Sarnia Sting? Now let's see how everybody did. 120 people playing. Oh, Saginaw Spirit was in there too. Okay, well, I hope nobody picked that because it's wrong. Show them the answers. Sioux Greyhounds, 84%. That's actually lower than I thought got it. Sioux Greyhounds, 84%. All right, Kyle Dubas trivia, question number 2. I bet Steve Dangle got that one. You guys better rock this, okay? Question 2. Kyle Dubas' Toronto Marlies won the Calder Cup in which year? 2016, 2017, 2018, or 2020? I don't think Steve's going to remember that. I don't think he's going to remember it. Remember, fast you answer, you're better your points. Okay? Richard Triafino, do we get a discount if we beat him? Richard. 2018 is the answer, and only 37% of people got it. I doubt Steve Dangle was one of them. Sorry, Steve Dangle. Also, I was there, and so was Steve, and so was Jesse when they won it, and you could hear Kyle Dubas from the stands screaming how excited he was when he lifted that trophy. I'll never forget it. It was a very cool moment. Number 3 in Kyle Dubas trivia. In May of 2018, Kyle Dubas replaced who as Leafs GM? Lou Lamoriello, Brian Burke, Dave Nonis, or Clifford Fletcher? Lock in those answers. You've got 2. 1 second to go. And let's show them. I hope most of you got this. Show them, Hayden. I think Hayden's trying to show him, but he can't. He's making you all wait. There it is. Lou Lamoriello. Lou Lamoriello, who went on to get to 2 conference finals with the Islanders. So not bad. Not bad at all. Let's get to question number 4. Just 2 months into his job as Leafs GM, Dubas signed which major free agent? Jason Spezza, Patrick Marleau, John Tavares, or TJ Brodie? These are all people Dubas helped sign. Which one is it? A, Spezza, B, Marleau, C, Tavares, D, Brodie? Go ahead and show them the answers, Hayden. The answer is C, John Tavares. Only 73% got this. Again. Have any of these questions screwed up Steve Dangle? That's what I want to know. Is anybody ahead of Steve Dangle? That's what I want to know. Hayden, can we have a look at the leaderboard, please? I need to know. Is Steven... That doesn't look like Steve Dangle. Steve Dangle's only in 7th place. For shame. Another Steven. Better Steven, as we call him. 472 points. Sarah with 469. Nice. Tied with Hannah, 469. Nice. And Abby bringing up the 4th, 465. And Pete at 458. Ooh, it's a tight game. Let's get on to question number 5, Hayden. Which baseball team does Kyle Dubas support? Ooh, that's a good question. Is it the Jays? Is it the Mariners? Is it the Pittsburgh Pirates or the New York Mets? Because he's difficult. All right. Answers locked. Let's see the results. Kyle Dubas is a big supporter of the Seattle. Only 14% got it. Blue Jays seemed like an obvious answer. I don't know why people pick the Pittsburgh Pirates. Nobody supports them, except for people that have to. And the New York Mets, 10%. Seattle Mariners. That's a question that got people, and a damn good one. All right. People are rooting for other Steven to beat Steve Dangle, and I bet you that question got Steve Dangle. I bet he didn't get that one. Go to number 6, Hayden. Who was the first player Dubas traded for after joining the Pittsburgh Penguins? Ooh, good one. Is it Erik Karlsson? Is it Rickard Rakell? Is it Michael Granlund? Or is it Riley Smith? Bit of a trick question here. Get your answers locked because you've got 0 seconds left to answer it. Now, who do you think it was? Karlsson, Rakell, Granlund, Smith? Only 2. And it is Riley Smith. That question absolutely rocked. Justin Fisher is sitting somewhere going, I did good. He wrote those questions today. And I'm getting a report from Hayden that Steve Dangle has fallen out of the top 10. But Justin Fisher is in 5th, which is a little unfair because he wrote the questions. Let's go to number 7. In August 2023, Kyle Dubas promoted who to the position of general manager? Is it A, Kyle Dubas? Is it B, Wes Clark? Is it C, Jason Spezza? Or is it D, Amanda Kessel? 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second to go. Who is currently, and back then was made, general manager of the Pittsburgh Penguins? Bit of a trick question. It is A, Kyle Dubas. Only half of you got that right. Guys, he's still the GM. He's still the GM. I thought that was going to be 100%er. By the way, you can't change your answer. Once you've clicked it, you've clicked it. 4 people have dropped out of the race here. They've rage quit. I bet one of them is Steve Dangle. All right, let's get into question number 8. For the win, will better Steven take it? According to Steve Dangle, who does Kyle Dubas love most? Is it A, video games, B, cats, C, classic cars, or D, his guys? 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. 1 second ago, lock those answers in. Video games, cats, classic cars, or his guys. Kyle Dubas loves his guys the most. 95% of you got that right. Well, it's good because you're listening. You're listening. Now, Hayden, let's get ready to reveal the winner of the Sidney Crosby McFarland figurine. Does Steve Dangle add something else to his beautiful background? Is it a Sidney Crosby figurine for the Blue Room, or is it for somebody here? Worm Casting says they rage quitted. Let's see the leaderboard. And it is Dean with a picture of a cat. Dean and Jacob both tied for number 1. Well, you know what, Dean and Jacob? We're going to have to, it looks like, for whatever reason, it looks like Dean got the tiebreak, but both had 792 points. 1, and 3. We've never had this before. Well, it looks like Dean and Jacob are going to have to get Sidney Crosby McFarland toys. Dean and Jacob. Dean and Jacob, everybody. Congratulations to Better Steven. Better Steven finished 7th. Steve Dangle, only 10th. Yuck. Steve Dangle, what have you to say for yourself? That's rough, dude. Come on now. How did that happen? How did that happen, Steve Dangle? We got to know. All right, let's get back to the game, Hayden. Oh, that was lots of fun. Love that trivia. Love that trivia. Steve Dangle said Pirates and Riley Smith got me, but I was pew speedy. Not speedy enough, Steve Dangle. We had a tie. That makes it just even more exciting. And we are underway in the third period here in Montreal. Canadiens with 2 power play goals. The Caps penalty kill just does not know what to do with Ivan Demidov and the first line of the Montreal Canadiens plus Lane Hutchinson. That is literally power play 1. Sarah Marlowe says, I was ahead of Steve for a few minutes, and that is the best I can hope for. Good for you. Pretzel Hunt, KFC gravy is drive-through. I don't know. Oh, what's happening here? Wilson and Gallagher going head-to-head. I don't know who's going to the box here. Chychrun and Dvorak they're doing a lot of grappling. I like this. I like a little fire. Chychrun and Dvorak are going for roughing. So put that one on the excitometer. Jacob says, I don't know how I beat Steve Dangle in Kyle Dubas trivia. Ha, ha, ha. For shame. So, and then Gallagher with the hit on Wilson, and Wilson gives him a face wash. Are they gonna put Wilson in too? Nope, they're not. He's on the bench. So it's just offsetting roughing calls. Oh, wait, is there a slash in there? No way. Montreal's up. Oh, boy. Power play time for the Canadiens. Can they make it 3 goals? Carlson and Chychrun sitting in the box. That's rough. That's Caps being undisciplined. That is not how you want. I'm sure Spencer Carberry was not like, hey, yeah, that's great. That's how we wanted to start. Francois LaBelle, I'm waiting on Uber for my dinner. Buttered chicken and Everest masala, my fave. Oh, Francois, I'm so jealous. Oh, my God, I love. Who doesn't love buttered chicken and chicken masala? Oh, my God. Just, I could bathe in it. $138. 1 minute 38. Now it's actually 1 minute 33 left on the power play. Slavkovsky to Hudson. To Demidov. To Suzuki. Oh, Caulfield was open. Pass was just a little ahead of him. Hudson to Caulfield had that great shot in the second period and just blew it through Logan Thompson. A lot of Tomps. Demidov has had 2 assists on the power plays tonight. His first 2 points in his career in the playoffs. Demidov almost set up Caulfield one more time. It's looking real good. How about this Habs power play? Getting some mojo going. 1:02 left. It's 18:24 left in the third period. And as I said, 1:02 left on the power play. Sedin Magic 15. I finished 55th, which is which I'm pretty sure is in the top half, considering it was Kyle Dubas trivia. And I'm a Canucks fan. I'm proud of that. You should be proud of that. We're going to be doing trivia all season or all playoffs long. All season long. Guys, we're having a good time. I love a little trivia. I love a little playoff hockey. Life's good. Life's good. Look at us hanging out like this. 18:24 left in the third. I'm going to give you a clap for this next face-off. Here we go. There we go. Newhook loses the draw. I'll be honest with you. This Habs second unit does not have much going on. But you know what? Most teams' second units don't have much going on. Really is the whoo. Why am I yawning? It is the key to the NHL right now. Load your first power play unit. Who cares who's on the second one? Mike Matheson at the point. Gallagher is going to go behind Heineman and Gallagher behind the net. Heineman on the power play. Suzuki is out there. He's out for both. Somebody's got to make those plays. Suzuki along the half board. Matheson's able to keep it in. Shoots it towards the net, and Trevor Van Riemsdyk knocked, or was it Alexiev? Trevor Van Riemsdyk knocked that aside. And the Habs are not able to do much on this power play. A couple shots. Newhook. Some good power play puck possession there. Habs just couldn't get much done. Would have loved to have seen that first power play unit out there just a little bit longer. But I can understand why Marty St. Louis wants to manage their minutes and make sure that they can play 5-on-5 because they've been pretty effective there too. Also, I know it's not fair, but you can't score on every power play. Here comes Armia. Shot. Logan Thompson. A bit of a rebound there. Nobody there for it. Josh Anderson takes the puck off Brandon Duhaime. Anderson, Evans, and I thought that was Armia out there. Bit of a weird line, but I guess after those 2 power play units, that's what's left. And you can hear the Canadiens fans chanting Logan Thompson's name. Thompson. Wonder if he hears it. I've always wondered what that's like. Like goaltending is a very lonely position. Like if you're Brady Tkachuk and Toronto fans chant Brady sucks. Well, you get to go back to the bench with your friends. You're a goalie. You're out there by yourself. Suzuki to Slavkovsky, and it just gets tipped away. Gooley is able to keep it in. Forechecking is Cole Caulfield on Jake Chychrun. Who along with John Carlson took penalties in like the first minute and a half of this period, but they were able to get away from it. Washington has outshot the Habs by almost double this game, most of this game, and yet only has the 1 goal. Jakub Dubas has played pretty well, and the Montreal Canadiens have done a good job of keeping that Washington Capitals offense away from the high danger opportunity areas, which they really weren't doing a great job of in the first couple of games, I have to say. The Caps, though, have not looked that dangerous tonight. The Habs have. It's just that they've had very few opportunities. Again, low event series. Low event. Jackeye moves the puck up. Armia standing up, and I think that's going to be icing. No, it's waved off. Kapanen, Jackeye. Jackeye dumps the puck in. Matt Roy stands him up at the blue line. Armia forechecking hits, but the puck still rings around the boards. Caps on a bit of a 3-on-2 here. Matt Roy, I think they're offside. I think the Caps are offside here. So they better hope they don't score because it's going to get called back anyway. Lifted out to center. Demidov in on Radish. Oh, here we go. Oh, Hudson had a nice break there. Habs still have the puck, but they are unable to do much with it. Washington got back on time. Alex Newhook was the guy. Francois Lebel says we need a solid second line center. Newhook is better as a third line center. If Doc could stay healthy, maybe. I don't think Kirby Doc's the answer, guys. Respectfully, if you look at Kirby Doc's numbers this year, I think I agree with you. You need a second line center or another first line center. To me, the answer isn't Kirby Doc. I think you just found another third line center in Kirby Doc. You need a real life second line center. I sure hope the Leafs don't let Tavares become available. Wouldn't he look good here? Just throwing it out there. Maybe the Leafs should sign that guy. Just saying. Ooh. What other super chat? Oh, Sedin. No, I got him. Oh, what a hit. Tom Wilson runs over Alex Carrier. Wow. I want to see a replay of that. Duhaime. He steals the puck. Shot. Dubas. Scores. Scores. It's Duhaime. It's Brandon Duhaime, who had one of the worst games of anybody on the ice last game. He has drawn a penalty today. Tom Wilson absolutely ran over, and it looked like it could have been Connor McMichael's goal, but he's pointing at Duhaime saying it's his. Look at that hit. Holy moly, Tom Wilson crushed Carrier. I think he shook it up. And look at this. Duhaime just gets the shot. It bounces off Dubas, and McMichael says it's his. I don't know. Is it not McMichael's? Great play by Duhaime to pull that puck back. It goes off of Caulfield. That's what happened. It went off Caulfield and in. And McMichael's pumped. He's more excited than Duhaime is, and I think Carrier is Carrier's been spectacular for the Habs this series. I think he's feeling that, though. That's a freight train. That's a freight train hit. Wow. It does show, man. Tom Wilson, in terms of what he is, Josh Anderson, when he's on his game, Matthew Nyes is another guy. There are only so many of those big bad boy power forwards in this league, and they are unicorns, and they can change a play. And that starts, I would say, with Tom Wilson leveling Carrier. The Caps are able to flip that puck into the Habs defenseman's skates. Duhaime's able to steal it. He shoots it at Dubas, and obviously it goes off of Cole Caulfield and in the net. That is what a guy like Tom Wilson, a guy like Josh Anderson too, can do to a game. Lars Eller, puck deep. Oh, Ryan Leonard gets reverse hit, and it looks like, we got a 1-on-2. It's Evans, and he's breaking in, and he's fast. Oh, I don't think he knew he had the puck. And Carlson gets beaten in the face by Newhook, and then Newhook then gets Mangiapane in the face. I think it was accidental by Newhook on Carlson. I don't think it was accidental the second time. Jean-Claude Van Don says, I only hate Tom Wilson because he's not on my team. Honestly, same. Tom Wilson, Brad Marchand, like these types of players. Brad Marchand's not the same player that Tom Wilson is, right? They have different styles, but there are certain guys where you go, I hate you, but God damn it, I respect you. You know what I mean? Wow. D.D. Weiss is wondering if that was onside. Well, if it wasn't onside, they didn't challenge it. So man, I just can't get over that Tom Wilson hit. That literally all the momentum was in the Habs' favor. All of it. They were leading. They were doing well. They were boxing the Caps out. They were making their power plays look terrible. And most of that's still true. But it is a tie game now. And it's all because Tom Wilson absolutely rocked Carrier. Drew Magus. If you hate Tom Wilson, you don't like hockey. Listen, I could hate Tom Wilson when he plays my team. Isn't that the point of Tom Wilson? If you don't hate Tom Wilson in a game where he's playing your team, then Tom Wilson's having a bad night. You're supposed to hate him. This is crazy. Crazy. Tom Wilson not fighting Anderson there is something that I missed. Good on Sean McKenzie to catch that. That's a really good catch by Sean McKenzie and the Sportsnet crew. So after Wilson hit Carrier, Josh Anderson challenged him to a fight, and Wilson said no. And had he fought, that goal does not go in. Smart play. Smart play. Yanaki Toronto says, is every good big hit supposed to be a fight? Grow up. I know. Listen, Wilson and Anderson are going to go eventually. They've been talking about it all series. They fought on the Capitals bench the other day. It's going to happen. Just not then. Drew Magus, I've never been a Caps fan. Wilson is a great player. I wish he was a Canuck. He would give the Canucks all the attitude they need. Tom Wilson, by the way. Let's look him up for a second. Tom Wilson, $6.5 million until 2031. Yeah, I think that was a good deal. Oh, Gallagher and Anderson have been really, really good turning back the clock this series. They've looked spectacular. You could tell Anderson's pissed the entire series. And when Josh Anderson's mad, you get the best of Josh Anderson. Big hit. I think we might have a fight behind Lane Hudson. Lane Hudson's skating away as fast as he can, so they can't start a fight. Lane Hudson with a shot. Thompson gives up the big rebound, and Anderson almost had it. Strome out to Sandin. He's going to rush that puck in. Rings it around to Tom Wilson on the boards. You know he's going to be a big target. McMichael gets it out to the point and almost collects the rebound, but Dubas this time smartly covers it up. Guys, I don't want to ask the question, but I think I'm going to. Are we going to get a third overtime in 4 games in this series? 11 minutes and 31 seconds to go. We have another tie game, and it's low event. Wilson, oh, man, Anderson just missed that. Wow. Are we getting another overtime tonight, guys? I got to know. Mike Tyson, Adam, are you doing the Oilers game as well? I am not. That Oilers Lightning or that Oilers Kings series has been spectacular, though. I decided to go Montreal this time, but if Edmonton goes to the second round, maybe I'll do them. Heck, if Montreal goes to the second round, maybe I'll do them. It's all going to depend on scheduling, and I can't be on at the same time as Steve Dangle because that just straight up wouldn't make sense. Also, I need to watch the Leafs games. Kind of important. Newhook. Maybe we'll do Minnesota Wild games for Hayden. Here we go. Armia. Out to the point. It's Matheson. Dangle shoots. Misses. Evans almost had an opportunity on Logan Thompson, who didn't know where the puck was, but he's okay. Dubois up. $10:51 left in the third period. I don't want to say 10:51 left in the game because that's probably not true. Caulfield with a steal. Shot. Oh, boy. We got an icing call. We got the top line out there. Slavkovsky and Dylan. Was that Dylan Strome? That top line for the Montreal Canadiens, kids. They're pretty good tonight. They're pretty good in this series. Looking a little dangerous. $10:35 left in the game here. In the third period, not the game. I'm going to give you a clap for the faceoff. Oh, so Suzuki tried to get Slavkovsky on that last play. It would have been a good one. The ref didn't even fake drop the puck that time. He just let them screw it up. Dubois, Suzuki, faceoff draw, good faceoff. Boom. And Suzuki wins it over Dubois, which means Lane Hudson has it at the point. Caden Gooley out there with him. Caulfield, Matt Roy fighting along the board. Suzuki in there with them. Tries to get it to Gooley. Gooley gets it. They are able to keep the puck in somehow, some way. Slavkovsky behind. He's back out on the half board. And that puck goes and gets tipped out into the audience. I can't believe that Wilson hit. I'm still thinking about it. That was crazy. Oh, baby. All right, here we go. The excitometer has been rising throughout this game, by the way. It started pretty slow. 10-11 left in the third. Boom. Face off. And they're going to whistle that dead because the ref doesn't know how to drop a proper face off. And it looks like they're going to kick the Habs and Caps out to. I don't think. Is this face off going to happen in the zone? It is. All right. Looks like Heineman's going to take it in place of Oliver Kapanen. Here we go. And there you go. Dowd wins the face-off draw from Heineman. To be fair, not really a fair matchup. Exactly 10 minutes to go in the third period here, or 10:01. There's Tree Man, David Savard, one of the Ents, for any of my Lord of the Rings fans. The Ents are going to war. Literally, that's David Savard, right? They modeled that tree after David Savard, who was probably born with a beard. David Savard, tree Ent. Here we go. Jack-Eye. Boy, that's an ugly pair, eh? Savard, Jack-Eye. I would not want to be hit by either of those people. And there's no hiding when they're out there. You can only hope to outskate them. Armia tips that puck away from the Caps, who were trying to break it out. Nice pass. We have a partial break here. And a great play by Caden Gooley to break that up. I couldn't see who it was. I think it was Mangiapane. Gallagher, Mangiapane, Gooley, all in there. Sticks everywhere. Puck is nowhere. And Heineman is going to try to beat the Caps to this puck, and he does. Beats Van Riemsdyk, gets the puck. Gooley keeps it in. Heineman rings it down. Gallagher is out there, along with, I believe that's Dvorak. 9 minutes to go in the third period. We are tied. 3 of the 4 games in this series already, well, 2 of the 3 games that we've completed have gone to overtime. Will we be 3 of 4 by the time this game wraps up? Oh. A little bit of a close call there. Josh Anderson has looked dangerous tonight. He's had 2 or 3 good opportunities. Look at that Wilson hit one more time. My God. Guys, I have to tell you, this game started real slow. It's nice to see it kind of being where it is now. You know what I mean? It's like we needed some excitement. We needed some life. We needed something. You know what I'm doing? I am looking up pictures of tree Ents. Save image as. And I'm going to tweet it out along with a picture of David Savard. Tree Ent, David Savard. All right, here we go. I'm going to tweet that out because I think I'm smart and cool, you know? By the way, David Savard, if you look up some of his younger pictures in Columbus, still looks like a tree Ent. Guy's just a monster. Just saying. Listen, all I'm saying is that I've never seen David Savard and a tree Ent in the same room. All right, here we go. You can hear the Canadiens fans losing their minds. How is Carrier doing? Is he going to the vent or is he going off? Oh, wow. I think he's sore. Yuck. .836 left in the third. Demidov. Oh, man, this kid, he's looking good, man. He's looking good. 8:22 left. Here comes Evans. Newhook. Evans. Oh, Newhook's going to get a shot. Big save by Logan Thompson. Great playing by the Montreal Canadiens. They're getting way outshot in this game, but you wouldn't know it by just watching. Demidov with Newhook and Evans. Bit of a weird combo, but it's working. All right, let's go. 7:47 left in the third. You can hear the go Habs go chants breaking out. First line out there for the Habs, Xhekaj and Treebeard, a.k.a. David Savard. Hey, David Savard still, like, this is David Savard's rookie photo on screen with me. It's kind of crazy, huh? He looks like a 35-year-old man, even without the beard. Beauvillier, steal! Oh, and that puck is stopped by Treebeard, a.k.a. David Savard. The Ents are going to war. Every time he does something cool, I'm going to say that. .642 left in the third. Yanaki Toronto says both of Savard's parents were lumberjacks. .626 left in the third period. Big pass up the middle. Ovechkin is after it. Oh, there's a big collision. But the Montreal Canadiens grab it. Caden Gooley down deep. Alexiev holding him up. Anderson. Dvorak in there. This line, this Gallagher, Dvorak, Anderson lines look good. Big hit by Brendan Gallagher on Ryan Leonard. Not a puck in sight. Still big hit. Dvorak with a nice move. And he backtracks. Is going to get a change. Caden Gooley with it. He's out there with Mike Matheson. Habs playing with the defenseman short. Carrier went to the room after getting run over by Tom Wilson. Jake Evans gets the puck across the blue line. Back to Mike Matheson. Over to Xhekaj. Big slap shot. Now, here's something the Caps can take advantage of. With Carrier out, it means the Habs are going to have to play Xhekaj more. And no disrespect to Xhekaj, but the Caps need to take advantage of those shifts. Use your speed. Here we go. Suzuki's got the puck. 4:57 left in the third. To Matheson. Matheson's going to carry that puck. By the way, shots this period tied 6-6. Montreal only had 4 in the second. Didn't stop them from scoring 2 goals, though, did it? Here comes Taylor Radish. Speeding down there. He passes it to John Carlson. To Nick Dowd. Out to the point for Jake Chikrin. Down to Carlson, who has basically played forward most of this game. Dowd. Carlson. By the way, this line already has a goal, or at least Brandon Duhaime does if he's still on it. All right. So the Canadians are able to clear. Just 4 minutes and 5 seconds left in the third period, guys. Are we going overtime for the third time in 4 nights? Is that what we're doing here? Is that what we're doing here? Francois LaBelle, I'm eating buttered chicken, drinking bubbly sparkling water, and I discovered that thanks to you, Adam. Thank you. No problem. You see, bubbly. They don't need Michael Bublé. They need Michael Bublé and Adam Wylde to sell bubbly. Right? Am I right? Oh, here we go. Scores! Mangiapane just put one by Dubas on what seemed like a relatively normal shot, but there is a Montreal Canadiens giveaway. Mangiapane's able to get it. Dubas probably doesn't see this entire thing. I have to look at the replay, and he surprises everybody, all 21,000 people at the Bell Center. Look at this. So Strome drops, Mangiapane shoots, and look at that. You would have thought he was going to look for Alexander Ovechkin. Nope. Dvorak doesn't gap up on him very quickly, which gives him that extra bit of opportunity to have a look, and it's a left-handed shot. Dvorak kind of takes away Dubas' eyes there. If you're going to drop down and do it, you got to drop down and do it, right? You got to block that shot. That was a big, big shot. 3:37 left, and kids, we're in for a very exciting finish because Montreal ain't going to let up like that. Francois LaBelle, I'm sorry, big guy, but it ain't over yet, my friend. It ain't over yet. This building's kind of quiet. Listen, Canadiens fans, you always make fun of the Leafs for having a quiet building. And I mean, rightfully so. But do you see why sometimes we have a quiet building? Because we leave our fans on edge a lot. A lot. If the Caps win, they'll be up 3-1 on the Habs in this series. And I don't think I've ever seen a Habs team come back from 3-1. Oh! Dubois almost had a shot. Dubas keeps the Habs in the game, and they're going to push. I wonder if they pull the goalie here or if they wait until they can get that Suzuki Caulfield line out there. Newhook down deep with Armia and is it Heineman? That's not the group you want down there. Evans. Matheson. Oh, nice shot. Listen, your finishers aren't out there, but that's okay. Hudson at the point. You have to expect he's going to play most of the rest of the game. There was a Caps player, and it was McMichael without a stick, but it doesn't matter. Thompson stops it. James Stemler, hey guys, I made it late. Notice trivia link is there. Is it done already? Are we doing post-game trivia? No, sir, James. We did it between the second and third intermissions. Steve Dangle even played. He finished 10th. And it was Kyle Dubas trivia. All right, here we go. Guys, listen. We got almost 1,000 people watching this. Only 375 of you have liked it. Can we drop a like in the chat? Can we drop some likes? Just give me a thumbs up. That's my tip. All right? Drop some likes on this video. Justin Fisher says, thinking the Montreal Canadiens could use a goal. Expert analysis. Kind of stuff you can only get at SDPN. Listen, just a reminder that you can sign up for VIP ad-free or just VIP. If you want the extra episode per week of the Steve Dangle podcast, you can have it. If you want the whole thing but without any ads, you can have that too. Just sign up right now. YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Available in any place. Sign up, be ad-free. Oh, look at all the thumbs up in the chat. And look, we've jumped to 432 likes. I think we can do better than that. Kevin Welch, Adam, please tell me the Habs will win this game. Kevin, I can't tell you that, but I am cheering for them to tie it up. I am. Look at that. Bang. Mangiapane, what a shot. Ryan Rebello says, dude, Washington is clearly mid. Or the Habs are a lot better than people give them credit for. If the Habs get a true second or a 1A or 1B center, because they got Nick Suzuki. If they get a center as good as or slightly worse than Nick Suzuki next season, the Habs are going to be a problem. They are. Get David Reinbacher back and healthy. Young defense, young forwards. Oh, here we go. We got a 2-on-1 with an empty net. I think this might be the game. Duhaime with his second goal of the game. And this one is just about over. Kookarood. And people are leaving. And the crowd is quiet. Now you understand what it's like to be a Leaf fan. You know what? Hard fought game. So Demonov made a good pass to Hudson there, but they just crowded him so quickly that there was very little he could do. Caps used their speed, jumped all over Hudson, and gave him literally no options, right? Where's he going to do it? I guess the only thing he could have done is throw it up the center of those guys, but and you know he's mad about it. You know he's not happy about it. But you know what? If you're Lane Hudson, you looked real good most of the night. James Stemler, how has Thompson looked tonight? Pretty good. Pretty good. Solid. Both goalies look good tonight. Bum. Why pull so early? You got 3 minutes to do it. Well, you pull early. You pull the goalie early to give yourself the most opportunity to tie it up. Silent Rob 1192. It's kind of lame to just leave. They should just absolutely give this team an ovation because it might be their last home game of the year. We don't know that. It could be. But I think, when you're a fan and you're angry in the moment, it's tough to give an ovation. And I don't think the Habs won an ovation. Let's be honest. Here comes Caulfield. They're not giving up. Give them that credit. They've pulled the goalie again. Hudson and Caulfield. Caulfield to Hudson. It's just passing. Let's get some shots on the net. Oh, and they can't keep the puck in. Caps are able to change. Hudson trying to change it quickly. Get the puck down deep. Justin Fisher asking the chat, who's winning the LA Kings Edmonton Oilers game tonight, and why is it the Kings? Listen, no disrespect to the Oilers, but they need to allow less than 4 goals in a game for once. Oh, nice shot by Demonov on Thompson. Gallagher behind the net. Out front, nobody there to get it. Oh. 90 seconds left in play. It looks like the Montreal Canadiens are not going to be able to make this interesting. Logan Thompson has been shutting the door. There's a guy who could be on the Canadian Olympic team. If Binnington, with his crazy goaltending style, can be on the Canadian Olympic team, and he will be, I would think Logan Thompson will be too. 1:01 left in the third. And it looks like we're going to get another empty net goal this time. Oh, this is going to be salt in the wound. It's Tom Wilson. Oh, my God. And Hudson is pissed. Tom mother effing Wilson, who literally changed the game. Tom Wilson he was the hinge point. Him running over Carrier led to the puck going to Duhaime, led to the puck going off Caulfield and into the net to tie the game. And that is quite literally the man that started the end of the Habs. He is a game-breaking talent. He drives you crazy if he's playing against your team. Tom Wilson is a unicorn. Absolute unicorn. And the Canadiens are seeing it firsthand. I feel for you guys. All right, here we go. 53 seconds left in the game. Justin Fisher just trolling the chat right now. Just trolling. 38 seconds to go. Xavi Ronaldo says you got to give Tom Wilson the first star. I don't disagree. That would be the ultimate in salt in the wound. Can you imagine Tom Wilson gets the first star in Montreal after this game? Barrows boy says the Toronto boy would salute the Montreal crowd. Ooh. He's from the same area of Scarborough that I am. Grew up just down the road. I'm older than he is, though. We did. Jake Nye, man, I didn't know unicorns could be assholes. If you're on the wrong side of them, I would imagine. They have those big horns. 5 seconds to go. And that is it. The Washington Capitals are heading back home with a 3-1 lead on this series. Great game by that man, Ivan Demidov. 2 assists, set up both goals on the power play. He's made that Montreal power play look super dangerous. Josh Anderson, they just showed there, he's looked super dangerous. Missed a couple of opportunities, guys. I got to tell you, it wasn't like Montreal wasn't in control of this game, but sometimes one big hit in the playoffs is enough to do it. And tonight it was. We do wish the best for Mr. Carrier, who was on the receiving end of that Wilson hit. But it quite literally changed the game. Changed the game. And Tom Wilson will do that to you. Justin Fisher trolling Montreal. Not ideal, Montreal. Unrelated coma. Caps were out shooting them the whole time. I don't know about Montreal controlling the game. I think Montreal had the edge there for a little bit. They did. I mean, they were up. They were up. Sierra Marlowe says, yay for my bracket at least. I believe I took Caps in 5. So I have to say, oh my God, did they just show the hit again? It is such a monster hit. I'm surprised Carrier can even move. Duhaime scoring here too is just, oh. Wow. That really did change the momentum of that game. Like, you could feel it at the time. Montreal had all the wheels going in their direction. Sedin Magic 15, Habs fans, it's okay. I really think they'll get the best of the Caps in their own barn in Game 5. Sedin Magic 15, spreading the love for other Canadian fans. I love that. I love that. James Stemler, geez, that's a bad hit. James, that's a clean hit. That's what it looks like. That's a clean hit. Josh Anderson did challenge Tom Wilson to fight after that, like right away. And Josh Anderson was turned down. And if Tom Wilson hadn't turned him down, guess what would have happened? Duhaime would not have scored. Changed the game. So that's it for me. Guys, it's been a real pleasure hanging out with you tonight. It really has. Lots of fun. I will see you, along with our super producer, Hayden Matheson, for Game 5 on Wednesday night. That's Wednesday, April 20th. We don't have a game until Wednesday together. So enjoy Monday, enjoy the Leafs Tuesday, enjoy the Oilers next, and I will see you midway through the week when we will only have a Montreal-Washington game and a Thursday and a Friday ahead of us, which will be so nice, won't it? All right, guys, have a great start to your week. Big thanks to Hayden Matheson. Big thanks to Robert Malloy for running everything, and we'll see you Wednesday.